Chapter 3155. Lan Jiao stood in the sky with his hands behind his back. He looked down at Lu Ming and said coldly, "You're Lu Ming." "That's right. Why are you looking for me?" Lu Ming said. "My young master is looking for you. Come with me." Lan Jiao ordered and turned to leave. It was as if Lu Ming would follow him if he said so. However, Lu Ming stood there without moving and looked at Lan Jiao as if he was looking at a fool. Lan Jiao also noticed that Lu Ming did not move. He stopped and turned around. He frowned and said, "Why aren't you coming with me? Who are you? Are we close?" Lu Ming pursed his lips and was speechless. This guy was too confident. "Oh, indeed. I haven't introduced myself." Lan Jiao smiled faintly and said, "My young master is the young master of the Lan family in the Great Void Sacred City. Lan Feng, the Lan family in the Great Void Sacred City is not something your 9 extinction Heavenly King residents can compare to. Do you understand? My young master is looking for you. Come with me." After saying that, Lan Jiao turned around again. He then realized that Lu Ming still did not move. "Why aren't you leaving?" Lan Jiao's face turned cold. "So, it's that Lan Feng. Why is he looking for me?" Lu Ming's heart skipped a beat. "Lan family? I've never heard of it. Your young master is looking for me. Ask him to come and visit me. I won't see you off." Lu Ming waved his sleeve and asked him to leave. "What? Asking my young master to visit you? Kid, you're so arrogant. Who do you think you are?" Lan Jiao's face changed drastically and he roared, "Get lost!" Lu Ming shouted coldly. Ever since Lan Shang had told him about the Lan family, he already had a bad impression of the Lan family. Now that Lan Feng had actually told a servant to act all high and mighty in front of him, it would be strange if he had a good expression on his face. "You're courting death. If you don't go, I'll break your legs and bring you to my young master." Lan Jiao roared. Then, his palms slashed out like blades. 2 beams of divine light slashed towards Lu Ming's legs. This Lan Jiao had the cultivation base of the first sky of King God realm. He was confident that this move could break Lu Ming's legs. "You're really asking for it." Lu Ming's eyes were cold. He didn't want to pay any attention to the other party, but since the other party wanted to court death, there was nothing he could do. His divine power condensed into a long spear. The long spear shook, and 2 spear lights burst out, crushing the divine light slashed by Lan Jiao. Then, Lu Ming took a step forward and instantly approached Lan Jiao. His spear light was like a mountain as it bombarded down. "You?" Lan Jiao turned pale with fright. He never thought that Lu Ming, who was only in the 8th level of the Heaven God realm, would be so strong. With a loud roar, a blue sword light rushed out from his body and slashed towards Lu Ming. However, although Lan Jiao had divine-grade divine power, he hadn't awakened the divine origin factor. The difference between him and Lu Ming was too big. At this moment, Lu Ming had activated the battle character secret art. His spear light was as heavy as a mountain. It crushed down and bombarded the blue sword light. Boom! The sword light shook violently and then collapsed. The spear light hit Lan Jiao. Lan Jiao screamed and vomited blood. His body fell to the ground like a cannonball. Lu Ming took a step forward and stomped on one of Lan Jiao's legs. Crack! Ah! The sound of bones breaking and Lan Jiao's scream spread far and wide. Lu Ming crippled someone again. Now, who dares to provoke the devil Lu Ming? You're courting death. The people in the other courtyards were alarmed. They all came out to watch. Seeing someone being tortured by Lu Ming, they gloated. "Get lost!" Lu Ming kicked Lan Jiao again. Lan Jiao's body flew out like a rubber ball. "Autumn Moon, let's go in." Lu Ming smiled and walked into the courtyard with Autumn Moon. On the table in the courtyard, he brewed a pot of tea and slowly drank with Autumn Moon. He knew very well that someone else would be coming soon. In the Heavenly Monarch District, Lan Feng and the other heavenly prides were drinking wine while waiting. Suddenly, a figure flew over from afar. It was Lan Jiao. At this moment, Lan Jiao was in a sorry state. His clothes were tattered, his hair was disheveled, and his aura was weak. "Lan Jiao? What happened?" Seeing Lan Jiao in such a state, Lan Feng roared. A cold aura burst out from his body. In a mere 9 extinction Heavenly King residence, someone dared to beat up his subordinate. Even the 9 extinction Heavenly King had to give him face. "Young master, you must seek justice for me. It's that Lu Ming. That Lu Ming beat me up. Lan Jiao cried out miserably. Lu Ming? How dare he? Lan Feng shouted angrily. Yes, that Lu Ming is audacious. I have already reported young master's name and the Lan family's name, but he didn't take it seriously at all. He even said that if young master wants to see him, he should visit him personally. How arrogant! Lan Jiao cried. He. I really didn't expect there to be such a hothead in the 9 Extinction Heavenly King residence. Lan Feng sneered. His face was extremely cold, and his eyes were as cold as a knife. A junior in the 9 Extinction Heavenly King residence actually asked him to visit him personally? He was so angry that he laughed. As expected, the Jin family and the Winged Man family's heavenly pride smiled. They were overjoyed. They knew Lu Ming's temper very well, so they didn't remind Lan Feng of Lu Ming's strength. They wanted to intensify the conflict between Lu Ming and Lan Feng. Brother Lan, this Lu Ming has always been lawless and audacious. The Jin family's heavenly pride said. Humph, audacious? In front of me, Lan Feng, no matter how audacious he has to shrink back. Didn't he ask me to visit him personally? Then I shall make a trip there. Lan Feng said coldly. He suddenly stood up and stepped into the air. As soon as Lan Feng moved, the subordinates that he brought naturally followed behind him. Let's go and take a look too. The Jin family's heavenly prides and the Winged Man family's heavenly prides smirked. They followed Lan Feng and headed towards the Starry Camp. When the Starry Camp's guardian elder saw Lan Feng, he didn't dare to stop them and let them in. Soon, they arrived outside Lu Ming's courtyard. A powerful aura pressed down on Lu Ming's courtyard. They're here. In the courtyard, Lu Ming muttered. He slowly picked up a cup of tea and took a sip. Let's go and meet them. Lu Ming smiled, got up, and walked out. Xueqi followed closely behind. There are so many people. Lu Ming glanced around and muttered. When his gaze swept across the Jin family's heavenly prides and the Winged Man family's heavenly prides, a cold light flashed in his eyes. Lan Feng's sudden visit probably had something to do with the Jin family, the Winged Man family and the Qin family. It's you. Lan Feng also recognized Lu Ming. You are Lu Ming? Lan Feng looked coldly at Lu Ming and asked. That's right. Why are you looking for me? Lu Ming said plainly. Did you injure one of my men? Lan Feng asked. What does it have to do with me if you're looking for a beating? Lu Ming replied with a cold smile. Chapter 3156. Lu Ming's attitude caused Lu Maple's killing intent to soar. Someone dared to speak to him in such a manner in the 9 Extinction Heavenly King residence. Moreover, it was a young man. However, he was good at scheming. His killing intent soared and his expression remained unchanged. I didn't expect an 8th-level heavenly god like you to defeat a divine king subordinate like me. What a rare sight. Lu Maple smiled faintly. His cultivation was high and Lu Ming did not deliberately conceal his cultivation. Hence, he could naturally see through Lu Ming's cultivation realm. After saying that, Lu Maple glanced at Lan Jiao coldly. Lan Jiao was actually defeated by an 8th-level heavenly god. This made him very unhappy. Lan Jiao shuddered and his face turned pale. A chill ran down his spine. It's just your subordinate is useless. Lu Ming said casually. I heard that you have a divine power source pearl. Is that true? Lu Maple's tone suddenly changed. So you're here for the divine power source pearl. Humph. It's indeed the Jin family and Winged Man family. Are they trying to kill me with a borrowed knife? Lu Ming immediately guessed what had happened. It must be the Jin family and Winged Man family who told Lu Maple about it. Otherwise, how would Lu Maple know that he had the divine power source pearl? So what? Lu Ming said. I really do have it. Lu Maple's eyes were extremely bright and flashed with a blazing radiance. He had yet to awaken the origin source secret technique. If he had the divine power source pearl, he would definitely be able to awaken the origin source secret technique. With his original strength and the origin source secret technique, he was confident that he would be able to enter the top 10 on the day of the Great Void Imperial Family's Holy Court and obtain the qualification to establish his own family. He must get the divine power source pearl. Good, very good. Name a price. I'll buy the divine power source pearl. Lu Maple said. Not selling. Lu Ming rejected him directly. Not selling. You better think about it carefully. The price is negotiable. Also, if you sell the divine power source pearl to me, I'll write off the matter of you injuring my subordinate. Lu Maple said indifferently. However, even a fool could hear the threat in his tone. Not selling, don't you understand? Also, I want to cultivate. Don't disturb me here. Lu Ming waved his hand. How dare you? Brat, who do you think you are? The young master is giving you face by buying your stuff. Don't be so shameless. One of Blue Maple's subordinates stepped forward and shouted. A violent aura surged towards Lu Ming. This was also a young man, but his aura was violent and filled with an ancient and desolate aura. He was a genius who had awakened the god power origin. His cultivation base was at the first king god realm. The geniuses of the Jean clan and the Winged clan all revealed shocked expressions. One of Blue Maple's subordinates was actually so talented. The great aristocratic families of the Taishu holy capital indeed had deep and unfathomable foundations. What? You want to fight? Lu Ming said indifferently. Since you don't want face, I can only beat you down and take it myself. Blue Maple's subordinate said coldly. Blue 6, do it. Break his legs and take his storage ring. Blue Maple instructed. He was finally impatient and couldn't be bothered to talk nonsense with Lu Ming. He wanted to attack directly. Don't worry, young master. Blue 6 accepted the order and then walked towards Lu Ming with a sinister smile. The geniuses of the Jean clan, the Winged clan, and the Qin clan looked at each other and still didn't warn Blue Maple. They knew that Lu Ming's combat strength was extremely terrifying. Even Yuan Yu wasn't a match for him, so Blue 6 definitely wouldn't be a match for him. However, they deliberately didn't warn him and let Blue Maple fight with Lu Ming. In this way, Lu Ming would offend Blue Maple. If he offended Blue Maple, Lu Ming would die. Young master, let me do it. At the side, Autumn Moon spoke and wanted to make a move. How can I let you deal with a few Tom, Dick, and Harry? Autumn Moon, watch from the side. Lu Ming smiled and stepped forward, releasing the aura of an 8th level heavenly god. You're courting death. Blue 6 shouted coldly. Lu Ming actually said that he was a Tom, Dick, and Harry. He was courting death. Boom. Blue 6 aura was released completely and it was extremely shocking. Swoosh. Then, a blue sword light burst out from Blue 6's hand and blasted towards Lu Ming. Divine Dragon Image. Lu Ming punched out with both fists and 9 clawed dragons appeared in the sky. There were a total of 29 clawed dragons and they pounced towards Blue 6. At the same time, Lu Ming's body expanded rapidly and turned into a green-armored ancient god. His long spear was like a mountain and pressed towards Blue 6. Ancient god body, green-armored ancient god body, this kid. Blue Maple was shocked when he saw Lu Ming display the green-armored ancient god body. Never mind that Lu Ming had cultivated the ancient god body. Unexpectedly, Lu Ming had cultivated the green-armored ancient god. This was extremely rare even in the Taishu sacred capital. No wonder he could defeat Lan Jiao with his cultivation of level 8 heavenly god realm. Blue Maple thought. He thought that Lu Ming had turned into a green-armored ancient god to defeat Lan Jiao. He didn't expect that Lu Ming had defeated Lan Jiao without turning into a green-armored ancient god. The blue sword light slashed the 9-clawed dragon and there was a loud explosion. Blue 6 was strong. He was in level 1 divine king realm and he had awakened the origin divine power factor. His combat strength was very strong and the 9-clawed dragon was defeated one by one. However, when Lu Ming's long spear pressed down, he couldn't withstand it anymore. The sword light exploded and he was forced to retreat. Sword Principal Coalescence. Blue 6 roared when he saw that he was pushed back by Lu Ming. His sword light flashed as he displayed a terrifying secret skill. Countless sword shadows burst out as if they were going to tear the sky apart and slash towards Lu Ming. Moon slashing. Lu Ming murmured. He waved his long spear and a crescent-shaped spear light slashed out. Blue 6 sword light shattered wherever the spear light passed. He was pushed back and coughed up blood. To be honest, Blue 6's combat strength was very strong. He might even be stronger than Jin Xiang. However, Lu Ming could suppress Jin Xiang without using the ruler's gate when he was in level 7 heavenly god realm. Now that he had broken through to level 8 heavenly god realm, it wouldn't be too difficult for him to defeat Blue 6. This kid is so strong. How can he be so strong? At this moment, Blue Maple was also astonished. He came from Taishu sacred capital and he had seen many talented and abnormal people. However, He had never seen anyone as strong as Lu Ming. This kid must have some secrets. I must get them. Blue Maple's eyes were filled with greed. I'm going to kill you. Blue Six was pushed back again and he was injured. He was completely enraged. He let out a roar and his body expanded rapidly. Then he turned into a huge ancient god. Ancient god body. Lu Ming was shocked. He didn't expect Blue Six to have cultivated the ancient god body. However, Blue Six's ancient god body was only a yellow-armored ancient god. It was golden like a golden statue. It was 2 levels lower than Lu Ming's green-armored ancient god body. However, Blue Six's strength had increased tremendously when he used the yellow-armored ancient god body. Bang! His huge body stepped into the air and he charged towards Lu Ming with a huge sword in his hand. Chapter 3157. Interesting. Lu Ming muttered. This was the first time he had seen someone use the ancient god body after leaving the Qin Tian starfield. He was quite interested and wanted to see the power of other people's ancient god bodies. Lu Ming did not use the gate of domination. Instead, he waved his spear and attacked. Boom! The 2 gigantic figures clashed together. The huge spear and the huge sword collided like planets colliding. There was a terrifying roar and energy overflowing. After a violent collision, a figure retreated continuously. The person who retreated was naturally Lan Lu. As for Lu Ming, he merely swayed a little. Lu Ming's body swayed and he immediately stepped forward. He waved his long spear and continued to attack Lan Lu. Lan Lu roared and attacked Lu Ming. The 2 fought fiercely, but Lan Lu was still no match. Although he had activated the ancient god body, he was still no match for Lu Ming in his current state. He was at a disadvantage. Every time they collided, Lan Lu had to take a few steps back. Lan Feng's face was particularly gloomy. Supernova! Supernova! After exchanging more than 10 moves, Lu Ming continuously used the exploding stars move. Boom! Boom! 2 consecutive supernova moves were blasted out. The destructive power completely enveloped Lan Lu. Blue Six let out a blood-curdling scream as he retreated several tens of thousands of meters before stopping. The yellow scales on his body were in tatters. Numerous wounds had appeared on his body, and blood was flowing out of them. Blood kept flowing out of his mouth. Suddenly, Lan Lu's body trembled. His body quickly shrank and returned to its original form. Lan Lu was injured by Lu Ming and could not maintain the ancient god body form. This is your strength. The Lan family of the Taishu sacred capital is just like this. Lu Ming's indifferent voice sounded. Then, he swept his spear towards Lan Lu's legs. Lan Lu wanted to cripple his legs. Then, Lu Ming would cripple his legs. Stop! Lan Feng shouted. He finally could not help but attack. A sword light burst out from his hand and swept towards Lu Ming. Fast, unbelievably fast. Before the sword light arrived, the horrifying force caused Lu Ming's entire body to tense up, and he felt a stinging pain. Lu Ming quickly swept out his long spear, sweeping towards the sword light. Clang! The sword light slashed onto Lu Ming's spear, causing the spear to tremble violently. Lu Ming felt a terrifying sword chi rushing towards him, causing his huge body to explosively retreat. Lu Ming retreated several tens of thousands of meters before he could stabilize himself. Then, he felt piercing pain all over his body. Sword wounds appeared on the surface of his body. Green scales were cut open, and blood flowed out continuously. What terrifying power! Lu Ming was secretly shocked. Blue Maple's strength had exceeded his expectations. It was truly astonishing. Young master, are you all right? Seeing that Lu Ming was injured, Autumn Moon quickly flew to Lu Ming's side and asked with concern. It's fine. Lu Ming smiled. Young master, Lan Lu came to Blue Maple's side with an ugly expression. It's not your fault. This guy is monstrous. Looks like I have to deal with him personally. Blue Maple waved his hand and stepped out. Boom! When Blue Maple stepped out, a violent aura shot up to the sky, covering the sky and pressing down on Lu Ming. It made Lu Ming feel like he was facing a vast ocean. Lu Ming crazily circulated his divine power to resist. At the same time, Autumn Moon also shouted, and a powerful aura shot out, merging with Lu Ming's aura to resist the external pressure. Even so, the two of them were still pushed back a few thousand meters. What a powerful cultivation! His cultivation is at least in the third layer of the king god realm. He also has the origin divine power factor. It's definitely not a one-time awakening. Lu Ming's heart was in turmoil. He felt that Blue Maple's cultivation was immeasurable. He was at least in the third layer of the king god realm, or even higher. Moreover, Blue Maple's origin divine power factor had been awakened at least twice. Blue Maple didn't look old, but he had reached such a shocking level in all aspects. It was terrifying. Is this the genius of Taishu Holy Capital? Interesting, really interesting. I didn't expect 9 Extinction Heavenly King Mansion to have someone like you. How about this? You hand over the divine power source bead and swear on your life origin that you'll be loyal to me in the future. Bring her along and we'll forget about today's matter. Blue Maple said a few words, and finally looked at Autumn Moon. Autumn Moon's strength had exceeded his expectations. Moreover, Autumn Moon was so beautiful that it made Blue Maple's heart burn with passion. If you want to fight, then let's fight. Don't even think about the rest, Lu Ming said coldly. He continued to circulate his sovereign divine power, planning to open the sovereign's gate. At the same time, he kept on activating the battle character art, trying to increase his combat strength by 5 times. Even though he knew that he was no match for Blue Maple even if he used all his techniques, he still had to fight. You want to fight with me? You're overestimating yourself. Blue Maple's face was gloomy, and the aura on his body became even more terrifying. It formed rings of pressure that spread out in all directions. So strong, too strong. Behind him, the Jean family and the Winged Man family were terrified. They were shocked by Blue Maple's aura. Are we going to intervene? On the peak of the Star Peak, a few elders stood in the air, watching from afar. They had a panoramic view of the situation on Lu Ming's side. These elders were the elders who were guarding the Starry Camp. Intervene? How? He's the son of the Lan family leader in Taishu Holy Capital. There are many people in the Lan family who hold high positions in the Taishu dynasty. Even the Heavenly King has to give them face. How can we intervene? One of the elders said. That's true. With our status, we can't intervene. Forget it, let's just pretend that we didn't see anything. It's a pity for Lu Ming. Sigh. A few of the elders sighed. If the people from the 9 Extinction Heavenly King Palace dared to touch Lu Ming, they would immediately take action to suppress them. However, Blue Maple was from the Lan family, and they couldn't intervene. The strength of the Lan family was more terrifying than the 9 Extinction Heavenly King Palace. Looks like you've chosen to take action? Seeing that Lu Ming had no intention of surrendering, Blue Maple's eyes became colder. Let's do it, Lu Ming said. So what if he couldn't win? It was just a battle. Moreover, Lu Ming still had Xueqi, and they might be able to fight. Then I'll kill you, Blue Maple said coldly. He took a step forward, and a sword radiance shot up to the sky, piercing through the clouds and slashing towards Lu Ming. Xueqi, Lu Ming thought. Xueqi quickly wriggled and turned into a set of armor, covering Lu Ming's body. Streaks of lightning spread out. However, at this moment, a vast force pressed down from the sky. This force was many times stronger than Blue Maple's strength. As it pressed down, Blue Maple's sword radiance was shattered. Blue Maple's body shook violently, and he retreated continuously. Chapter 3158. Uncle Lan Shu. Lu Ming's gaze flickered. When this pressure was released, Lu Ming could sense that it was Blue Merchant's aura. As expected, there was a flash of light in front of Lu Ming and Lan Shang's figure appeared. Blue Merchant, it's you! Blue Maple roared furiously when he saw Blue Merchant. Blue Maple, the Starry Camp isn't a place for you to behave atrociously. Leave. Blue Merchant was calm. He waved his sleeve and Blue Maple retreated rapidly. Blue Merchant, the Starry Camp has nothing to do with you. You're overstepping your boundaries. Blue Maple's face darkened. I don't care about other people's matters, but I have to care about his matters. Blue Merchant pointed at Lu Ming and said. What's his relationship with you? Blue Maple asked. Brother Lan, I heard that Lu Ming is Blue Merchant's son-in-law. The young man from the Jean family whispered to Blue Maple. What? He's your son-in-law? Lan Shang, how dare you? You actually betrothed Lan Ling to someone else. You've caused a huge disaster. Blue Maple roared furiously when he heard this. His eyes were about to spit fire. Wu Fan had his eyes on Lan Ling. This was a good opportunity for the Lan family to befriend the imperial tutor. But now, Lan Ling was going to marry someone else. He was furious. Die! This brat deserves to die! Blue Maple roared furiously. He unleashed his aura and charged towards Lu Ming. He wanted to kill Lu Ming. However, Blue Merchant's glabella shone. His spiritual power turned into a palm and pressed down on Blue Maple. Blue Maple spat out a mouthful of blood. He retreated rapidly and his face turned pale. Scram. I'll give you 3 breaths of time. If you don't scram, I'll cripple you and throw you out. Blue Merchant said coldly. His eyes flashed with cold killing intent. You. Blue Maple said one word before he couldn't say anything else. He revealed a look of fear on his face. He had heard about Blue Merchant's character from the elders of the Blue Merchant. He was the kind of person who kept his word. He had no doubt that if he didn't leave, Blue Merchant would really cripple him. A wise man knew better than to fight when the odds were against him. There were plenty of opportunities to kill Lu Ming. Brat, consider yourself lucky today. Blue Maple cast a cold glance at Lu Ming. After leaving behind a sentence, he turned around and left. Everyone else followed Blue Maple and slipped away. Soon, only Blue Merchant and Lu Ming were left. Sigh, I didn't expect you to be targeted by Blue Maple. You have to be careful in the future. Don't leave the Starry Camp for the time being. Blue Merchant warned. Lu Ming nodded. He was indeed no match for Blue Maple now, and there was no need for him to fight Blue Maple head-on. After Blue Merchant left, Lu Ming and Autumn Moon returned to their residence and continued to cultivate. Looks like there are more geniuses in the Taishu dynasty than I expected. They are stronger. Lu Ming thought silently. He had defeated the geniuses of the 9 Sabers Heavenly Palace and the 9 Extinction Heavenly Palace. He was getting more confident in himself. Moreover, he was improving rapidly in all aspects. He thought that it wouldn't be a problem for him to enter the top 10 on the day of the Taishu Imperial Family Sacred Courtyard. However, it seemed like he was too naive. Not to mention others, the 9 Extinction Heavenly Palace had many geniuses above the first layer of the Divine King realm that he had never seen before. Not to mention the geniuses in the other heavenly palaces and the core region of the Taishu dynasty. Putting the rest aside, Blue Maple alone gave Lu Ming an unfathomable feeling. One could imagine how many powerful geniuses there were in the core region of the Taishu dynasty. It would be difficult to enter the top 10 on the day of the Taishu Imperial Family Sacred Courtyard. He felt that the pressure on him was great. Lu Ming closed his eyes and cultivated quietly. A few days later, in a hall in the 9 Extinction Heavenly Palace, the 9 Extinction Heavenly King sat on the main seat. Below him was a young man, who was Blue Maple. Young Master Lan, why are you looking for me? The 9 Extinction Heavenly King asked with a smile. He knew Blue Maple well. He was the son of the Lan clan leader in the Taishu Sacred Courtyard. He was also the most talented person in the younger generation of the Lan clan. Although he was a Heavenly King, there were differences in status between the Heavenly Kings. The 9 Extinction Heavenly King Palace was ranked last among the 27 Heavenly King Palaces. His status was not much higher than the Marquises of the Marquises. Therefore, he was polite to Blue Maple. 9 Extinction Heavenly King, I want to enter the Ghost region. Blue Maple took a sip of tea as he spoke slowly. The 9 Extinction Heavenly King was shocked and said, What? You want to enter the Ghost region? That's right. Blue Maple nodded. No, there is a terrifying force residing in the Ghost region. Therefore, the entrance of the Ghost region has been sealed. If you want to enter the Ghost region, you have to reopen the entrance. However, once the entrance is opened and the force of the Ghost region rushes out, the consequences will be severe. The 9 Extinction Heavenly King shook his head. It's just a ghost region that is attached to a world in the chaotic universe. How strong can it be? Can't the 9 Extinction Heavenly King Palace suppress it? Blue Maple said. It can be suppressed, but the risk is great. Moreover, young Master Lan Maple, you will be in danger if you enter the ghost region. Why do you want to take the risk? The 9 Extinction Heavenly King Palace tried to persuade him again. I have something important to do in the ghost region. 9 Extinction Heavenly King, can you give me some face? My father also knows about this, and he also hopes that the 9 Extinction Heavenly King can help. Besides, you don't have to worry about my safety. I have brought many experts from the Lan clan with me. They are enough to deal with the danger. Blue Maple said. The Nine Extinction Heavenly King Palace frowned and hesitated. However, Blue Maple had already said so. If he did not agree, he would offend Blue Maple and the Lawn clan. It would be detrimental to the Nine Extinction Heavenly King Palace. Although he was a Heavenly King, a big shot who oversaw a region, the Lawn clan was in the center and had greater influence. If he offended the Lawn clan master, he would not have a good ending. All right. However, young Master Lawn must be careful when you enter the ghost region. If there is no need, don't disturb that force. The Nine Extinction Heavenly King warned seriously. Don't worry, Heavenly King. I will leave once I am done with my business. I will not disturb the force of the ghost region. Blue Maple smiled. A day later, Blue Maple led a group of experts from the Lawn clan, and the Nine Extinction Heavenly King led a group of experts from the Nine Extinction Heavenly King Palace. They landed on a star not far from the Nine Extinction Heavenly King Palace. This star was abnormally gloomy and eerie. On a huge plain, there were many huge stone tablets standing tall and upright. There were a total of 108 stone tablets standing in all directions of the plain. Each stone tablet was engraved with runes. The runes on the 108 stone tablets shone brightly and intertwined in the air, forming a huge formation that seemed to be suppressing something. Moreover, there was a group of experts guarding this place all year round. This was the entrance to the ghost region, and it was sealed all year round. Chapter 3159. Open the entrance to Ghost's domain. Nine Extinction Heavenly King ordered. Yes. Suddenly, a group of people flew forward and stood in different positions. Then, their bodies were covered in divine light. Runes flew out from their hands and flew toward the stone tablets. Rumble. Suddenly, the stone steels started to vibrate, and a bright radiance started to emanate from them. Not long after, a pitch-black vortex suddenly appeared above the 108 stone steels. In the beginning, the area of the vortex was very small, but it quickly became bigger. Soon, the vortex became a 100,000 miles wide vortex suspended in the air. The vortex rotated slowly. Through the vortex, one could see the world behind the vortex. At the same time, a thick black mist was emitted from the vortex. The entrance to Ghost's domain was opened. Everyone immediately tensed up and prepared for battle. A long time ago, a powerful force was sealed in Ghost's domain. This force was called the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe, and its strength was amazing. They were afraid that the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe would attack once the entrance to Ghost's domain was opened. However, they waited for a few days and there was no movement at all. The Dark Ape Fighting Tribe has been sealed in Ghost's domain for countless years. They might have been weakened and extinct. Blue Maple smiled gently. Young Master Lawn, it's best not to let your guard down. Nine Extinction Heavenly King warned. Young Master, I'll go in and check it out first. Beside Blue Maple, an old man in a gray robe stepped forward and cupped his fist. The old man's aura was deep and his eyes were as bright as the stars. His body faintly exuded a terrifying aura. Divine Lord. Nine Extinction Heavenly King's eyes moved. This old man was absolutely Divine Lord realm cultivation. All right, I'll have to trouble you, Elder. Blue Maple nodded. The old man in a gray robe rushed into the vortex in a flash and disappeared. Not long after, a figure flashed from the whirlpool. The gray-robed old man had returned. Elder, how is it? Is there any danger inside? Did you find the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe? Blue Maple quickly asked. I've checked the area around the entrance and did not find any danger. I also did not find any traces of the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe. The old man in a gray robe said. That's good. Let's go in. Blue Maple said and led the experts of the Lawn family into the vortex and disappeared. All of you, stay here and guard this place. If anything happens, inform me immediately. After Blue Maple and the others entered the Ghost's domain, the Nine Extinction Heavenly King ordered his subordinates. Yes. Everyone bowed and saluted. The Nine Extinction Heavenly King's figure flashed and left the place. Half a month passed in the blink of an eye. On this day, the whirlpool at the entrance of the Ghost's domain suddenly trembled slightly. Something's coming out, watch out. An expert from the Nine Extinction Heavenly King mansion roared. Everyone immediately perked up and stared at the entrance of the Ghost's domain. After a while, some figures appeared. It's Sir Blue Maple and the others. Someone called out. That's right, these figures were Blue Maple and the others. Not long after, Blue Maple and everyone from the Lawn family appeared. However, compared to when they first entered, the number of people had decreased by half. Furthermore, the remaining people were all in an extremely sorry state. Some of them even had extremely weak auras. It was clear that a great battle had taken place in the ghost's domain. Damn it, damn it! Blue Maple kept growling, and his expression was extremely gloomy. Young Master Lawn, what happened? The expert from the 9 Extinction Heavenly King Mansion asked. We were attacked inside. I want to see the 9 Extinction Heavenly King, Blue Maple said. Not long after, Blue Maple met the 9 Extinction Heavenly King. What? You want to borrow a group of experts from me to enter the ghost's domain? The 9 Extinction Heavenly King frowned. Yes, I didn't get what I wanted in the ghost's domain this time, so I want to enter again. Blue Maple said. Young Master Lawn, since it's so dangerous in the ghost's domain, I think we should forget about it. The 9 Extinction Heavenly King said. No, we must succeed. Previously, when we entered, we didn't understand the terrain of the ghost's domain and didn't prepare well. That was why we suffered a great loss. Moreover, we didn't encounter the legendary Dark Ape Fighting Tribe. This time, as long as you lend me a group of experts and make sufficient preparations, I can guarantee that nothing will go wrong. Blue Maple said. This. The 9 Extinction Heavenly King pondered. Heavenly King, as long as you help me this time, I, Blue Maple, and my father will definitely thank you and remember this favor. Blue Maple said. The 9 Extinction Heavenly King thought for a while and finally agreed. Heavenly King, I also want to borrow some young supreme talents from you. Blue Maple said again. Young supreme talents? What's the use of them if their cultivation isn't high? The 9 Extinction Heavenly King was puzzled. There's a formation inside and only young people can enter. Blue Maple explained. All right, sure. The 9 Extinction Heavenly King agreed readily. The others can be chosen by you, but there's one person who must go with me. It's a young man called Lu Ming. Blue Maple said again. Lu Ming. The 9 Extinction Heavenly King frowned again. This person is very talented and will be of great help to me. Don't worry, Heavenly King. I promise that I won't let anything happen to these supreme talents. Blue Maple said. In the end, the 9 Extinction Heavenly King residents nodded and began to dispatch experts. Blue Maple and his men also began to make preparations to refine some special weapons and formation plates. Not long after, an expert from the 9 Extinction Heavenly King residence headed towards Lu Ming's residence. However, he didn't find Lu Ming at Lu Ming's residence. I heard that Lu Ming often goes to Blue Merchant's place to cultivate. Perhaps he's at Blue Merchant's place. The person muttered and then headed towards Blue Merchant's residence. As expected, he found Lu Ming at Blue Merchant's residence. Lu Ming, the Starry Camp has assigned you a mission. You are to follow the Lawn family head's men into Ghost's region and assist the Lawn family in completing a mission. The expert from the 9 Extinction Heavenly King residence said. What? I'm going with the Lawn family? Lu Ming frowned. That's right. This is the dispatch token. We'll set off in a month's time. After the expert from the 9 Extinction Heavenly King residence finished speaking, he waved his hand and a token flew towards Lu Ming. Lu Ming reached out and caught it. After seeing Lu Ming catch the token, the expert from the 9 Extinction Heavenly King residence turned and left. Lu Ming frowned. This matter is definitely not as simple as it seems. Blue Merchant also walked over and said. It seems like Blue Maple wants to take the opportunity to deal with me. Lu Ming said coldly. What a brilliant move. He's using the Starry Camp to assign you a mission. If you don't go, you'll be violating the rules of the Starry Camp. He'll probably pressure you to leave the Starry Camp. If you go, I'm afraid he'll take the opportunity to deal with you. Blue Merchant said. I'll just not go. Let's see what he's capable of. Lu Ming said. No, I have a suggestion. You might be able to go. Blue Merchant said. I can go. Why? Lu Ming was puzzled. If he went, wouldn't he be giving Blue Maple a chance to deal with him? Blue Merchant shouldn't push him into the fire pit. Chapter 3160. That person asked you to enter the ghost's domain with Blue Maple and the rest, right? Blue Merchant said. That's right. Lu Ming nodded. Entering the ghost's domain might be an opportunity for you. Blue Merchant's eyes flashed. Is this an opportunity for me? Lu Ming was even more confused. That's right. Do you know why I chose to live in seclusion in the 9 Extinction Heavenly King residence? Part of the reason is because of the ghost's domain. Blue Merchant said. Because of the ghost's domain? Why? Lu Ming was even more curious now. Because there's a force living in the ghost's domain. This force is called the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe. This force is extremely powerful. Most importantly, the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe was subdued by Jingyu back then. It's because of Jingyu's subordinates. Blue Merchant said. There's such a thing. Lu Ming was shocked. There was a powerful force in the ghost's domain that was actually Jingyu's subordinate. That's right. However, not many people know about this. When Jingyu died, the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe voluntarily retreated to the ghost's domain. The Taishu dynasty was also afraid of this force. That's why they sealed the entrance of the ghost's domain. The reason why I'm living in seclusion here is to find a chance to enter the ghost's domain and reclaim this force. However, the entrance of the ghost's domain has always been guarded and sealed. I can't enter at all. This time, Blue Maple wants to open the seal and enter the ghost's domain. He also wants you to come along. This is your chance to subdue the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe. Blue Merchant said. According to what you said, the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe is extremely powerful. With my cultivation, I won't be able to subdue them even if I enter. Lu Ming said. No, the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe is very obedient to Jingyu. As long as you show them the origin ancient word battle and reveal your identity as Jingyu's successor, the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe will unconditionally submit to you. With the support of this force, it will be very important for your future development. Blue Merchant said. If I follow Blue Maple in, I'll be killed the moment I enter. What should I do? Lu Ming said. It wasn't that he was afraid of death, but wasn't it stupid to go there knowing that he was going to die? Based on my understanding of Blue Maple, he cares a lot about his reputation. Furthermore, there are likely to be others with him this time. Blue Maple definitely won't kill you in front of others. That would be embarrassing. Therefore, he will find an opportunity to kill you in a secluded place. This is your chance. You can find a chance to escape and find the Dark Ape Battle Tribe. Of course, there's still danger. I'm just suggesting it. Whether you do it or not, the decision is in your hands. Blue Merchant said. All right, I'm going. Lu Ming said. If he didn't go, he would definitely be targeted by Blue Maple. When that happened, he would be forced to leave the Starry Camp. He wouldn't even have the right to participate in the Great Void Imperial Academy. He might as well give it a try. If he could capture the Dark Ape Battle Tribe, it would definitely be a great help to him in the future. Going to the core of the Taishu dynasty to reverse the verdict for Jingyu would definitely be dangerous. If he didn't dare to take this risk, how could he succeed? All right, then get ready. We'll set off in a month's time. Blue Merchant said. Soon, a month had passed. Someone led Lu Ming and the others to a place in the Heavenly King district. There are quite a number of other sky prides. Looks like quite a number of people have entered. Lu Ming's heart skipped a beat. The more people who entered, the more chances he would have to escape. Whoosh, whoosh. Streaks of rainbow light flew over from the sky. It was Blue Maple and the experts of the Lan family head. There was also a group of experts from the 9 Extinction Heavenly King Palace. So many experts. Lu Ming was shocked. Among the group of people that Blue Maple brought with him, each of them had a strong and unfathomable aura. For Lu Ming, they were truly unfathomable. He couldn't figure out their depth at all. Blue Merchant speculated that Blue Maple must have brought some divine lords with him. Hence, he warned Lu Ming not to act rashly if he didn't find a good opportunity. Blue Maple stood in the middle of the crowd with his hands behind his back. When his gaze swept across Lu Ming, a cold murderous intent flashed in the depths of his eyes. Let's go. Blue Maple gave the order and took the lead to soar into the sky. They left the area of the 9 Extinction Heavenly King Palace and crossed the starry sky. After some time, they arrived at the planet at the entrance of the Ghost region. That vortex was still suspended in the air, rotating slowly. Whoosh, whoosh. Blue Maple's subordinates were the first to charge into the whirlpool. Then, Blue Maple, Lu Ming, and the others rushed into the vortex one after another. Heaven and earth changed, and Lu Ming found that they had arrived on a plain. Lu Ming looked around. Between heaven and earth, there was a dark red color. Even the sky was the same. Above the vast plain, there was a black fog floating. That was Xueqi. Some of you open up the path in front, some of you guard the back. The younger generation, follow me to guard the center. Blue Maple's voice spread throughout the place. Figures flashed, and everyone got into formation. The younger generation's cultivation was lower, and they were surrounded by many experts. Lu Ming was naturally in the middle too. Blue Maple swept a cold glance at Lu Ming. Sure enough, he did not make a move. Instead, he gave the order, "Let's go." Everyone rose into the air and flew towards the front of the plane. In the beginning, their speed was very fast, and they did not encounter any danger. Slow down. When they were about to leave the plane and arrive at a hill, the old man at the front spoke. Everyone's speed slowed down. Slowly, they flew towards the hill. Ah! Ga. Suddenly, a series of strange cries sounded, like the wailing of ghosts and howling of wolves. Then, those hills were filled with dense fog, and countless black shadows flew out from those hills. These black shadows were constantly twisting, and there seemed to be ghosts within them. It was extremely terrifying. These black shadows pounced towards the crowd with strange cries. However, Blue Maple and the others were clearly prepared. Activate the formation disc. At the front, a gray-robed old man roared. Suddenly, the bodies of the experts in front glowed, and pieces of formation discs flew out from their bodies. Once these formation discs flew out, endless flames burst forth. These flames were purplish-red, and the temperature was shockingly high. They enveloped these black shadows. Sizzle sizzle. These black shadows seemed to be very afraid of the flames. When they were enveloped by the flames, they let out sizzling sounds and strange screams. Then, the black shadows turned into ashes in the flames and disappeared between heaven and earth. Obviously, Blue Maple and the others had learned from their previous experience. There seemed to be a lot of black shadows in the hills, and they kept coming out endlessly. Charge over! Blue Maple roared. Set up the formation and charge over! The gray-robed elder shouted. Suddenly, the experts around them took out their formation discs. Waves of flame surrounded everyone in the middle, and then they quickly charged forward. Soon they went deep into the hills. Chapter 3161. After they entered the hilly area, countless black shadows emerged from the surrounding hills and charged towards them. There was an endless number of them, and all of them were extremely crazy. No wonder Blue Maple and the rest suffered heavy losses the last time they entered. If they were not prepared, they would not have been able to withstand it. However, it was different now. When those black shadows collided with the flames, they melted like snow and turned into black smoke and dissipated. They were extremely fast and kept charging forward. After an hour, they finally charged out of the hilly area. After charging out of the hilly area, the black shadows around them disappeared without a trace. As for them, they did not suffer any losses. Huff huff huff. Everyone heaved a sigh of relief and continued flying forward. However, after flying for some distance, a swamp appeared in front of them. This swamp was boundless and was filled with a rotten smell. Even from a distance, they could smell a foul stench. Be careful! The gray-robed elder in front reminded them. They slowed down and flew towards the swamp slowly. Whoosh! As soon as they flew into the swamp area, the swamp began to churn and skeletons began to appear one after another. The skeletons charged out of the swamp and brandished their weapons as they charged towards the group. Bring out the array disc. The gray-robed elder continued to give orders. Everyone waved their hands and array discs flew out one after another. However, this array disc was different from the previous one. This time, it did not emit flames but lightning. Buzz buzz buzz. Many array discs lit up and the light intersected to form a huge bolt of lightning. The lightning bolt streaked across the sky and blasted towards the skeletons. Obviously, these skeletons were afraid of lightning. After being struck by the lightning, they scattered and fell into the swamp. They charged into the depths of the swamp, but there were skeletons rushing out of the swamp continuously. It was not just skeletons. There were also zombies rushing out. These zombies were stinky, but their aura was very oppressive and their strength was shocking. Holy light array disc. The gray-robed elder roared again. Buzz buzz buzz. Another array disc flew into the air. This time, these array discs emitted holy light. The milky white holy light was like the sun and filled the air with endless radiance. Those zombies were illuminated by the holy light and their bodies emitted black smoke. After a while, they completely turned into black smoke and dissipated. Countless skeletons and rotting corpses were killed by lightning and holy light. They rushed forward very quickly. However, the swamp was full of danger. There were a lot of zombies and skeletons. Apart from the zombies and skeletons, there were other types of ghosts as well. Countless ghosts charged towards them. Some of them even managed to break through the array discs attack and charge towards the crowd. Kill! The surrounding experts also made their moves. This time, Blue Maple had brought some experts from the Lawn family and the 9-Jew Heavenly King Palace. They were all extremely strong. All of them were above the 4th layer of the King God realm. Many of them were above the 7th layer of the King God realm. There were even quite a few Divine Lord realm characters. With so many powerhouses attacking together, the ghosts that slipped through the net were all killed. Gajj. Suddenly, a series of unpleasant and ear-piercing screams rang out. The swamp churned, and a terrifying aura erupted. Boom! A swamp exploded as the figure of an enormous creature appeared. It was a strange bird. It was as big as a mountain, but its body was rotten and emitted a strong stench. Its eyes were blood red. It screeched a few times and charged towards the crowd. This aura, a peak divine king. Lu Ming was shocked. This aura was extremely terrifying. It was similar to the Jean family and the Winged Man family's family head. It was a peak divine king. Roar! After the giant bird appeared, another figure charged out from another direction. It was a skeleton. The skeleton was wearing a battle armor. The presence that erupted from the skeleton was extremely shocking as well. It was a peak god king. Suddenly, 2 peak divine kings appeared and charged towards the crowd. Some of the young sky prides turned pale. They were unable to withstand a single blow from such existences. However, Blue Maple's expression was calm. Kill! The gray-robed elder at the front took a step forward and slashed out with his palm. A gray sword light slashed towards the giant bird. Poochie! Under the slash of the sword light, the giant bird was unable to withstand a single blow and was split into 2. Its corpse fell into the swamp, splashing mud all over the sky. After killing the giant bird, the sword light turned and slashed towards the skeleton. The skeleton was wearing battle armor and holding a battle saber. It slashed out a shocking saber light. However, the saber light and the sword light collided and collapsed. The sword light slashed the skeleton's body. Under the destructive power of the sword light, the skeleton's body collapsed and turned into a pile of powder. 2 peak divine kings were killed in an instant. The might of a divine lord was terrifying. Is this the strength of a divine lord? How terrifying! Some of the young sky prides were stunned as it was their first time seeing a divine lord in action. A peak divine king was strong enough. However, they were unable to withstand a single blow from a divine lord. The higher one's cultivation realm, the greater the gap. Especially the gap between major realms, it was a world of difference. One day, I must step into the divine lord realm. Many young sky prides clenched their fists and secretly swore to step into the divine lord realm. However, the majority of the people were destined to be disappointed. How could the divine lord realm be so easy to step into? Even if many of these people's talents were astonishing, it was destined that the majority of the people could only stay in the divine king realm. Otherwise, there would not be so few divine lords. The various major worlds of the 9 absolute heavenly king manor had inheritances for countless years, giving birth to many sky prides. But divine lord realm characters were scanty, few and far between. Continue setting off. After the gray-robed old man slew 2 peak divine king existences, he issued the order. Everyone continued charging. Finally, after a period of time, they rushed out of the swamp. However, the destination that Blue Maple wanted to go to was clearly not here. It was still very far away. They continued setting off. Following that, they passed through several dangerous places again. In one of the dangerous places, there was even a terrifying divine lord realm ghost that appeared, erupting into a great battle with the divine lords that Blue Maple brought. That battle was heaven-shaking and earth-shaking. However, the divine lords that followed Blue Maple here were not just one. In the end, 2 divine lords joined hands and finally repelled that divine lord realm ghost. But this battle made the people that Blue Maple brought finally show losses. Over a dozen people perished in that battle. This was already considered good. They were prepared this time. The last time Blue Maple brought people in, They were not prepared and suffered heavy losses. After passing through several dangerous places in a row, they stopped in a vast expanse of land. The territory ahead was suffused with thick black fog, obstructing their line of sight. According to what Blue Maple said, the last time they stopped here. Chapter 3162. Previously, Blue Maple had already explained the characteristics of this black fog area to them. This area should be enveloped by a huge formation. Inside, it was difficult to distinguish directions. Naturally, it would be difficult to pass through this area. Blue Maple also brought a formation master over. Through the formation master's research, if they wanted to pass through this area, they could only close the formation of this area. The formation master studied that this formation should have 6 formation eyes. Only by using runes to seal the 6 formation eyes at the same time could they temporarily seal this formation. Once this formation was sealed, they could pass through this area. However, the 6 formation eyes had to be sealed at the same time. The time difference could not be more than a minute. Originally, with the experts that Blue Maple brought last time, it was very easy to do this. However, there was a terrifying ghost living underground in this area. The strength of this ghost was shockingly strong. It was at least Divine Lord Realm combat power. As long as living beings above a certain age entered, it would attract the living beings living underground to attack. However, if it was the younger generation who entered, it would not attract this kind of living beings. Last time, Blue Maple and the rest suffered the greatest loss here. Many experts died here. They also fled in a sorry state. Therefore this time, he borrowed some young prodigies from 9 Extinction Heavenly King to break this formation. The young prodigies entered and found the 6 formation eyes respectively. Then they would communicate with each other and seal the formation eyes at the same time. All of you go in with me. Blue Maple looked at all the young prodigies present. All right. Everyone nodded. With Blue Maple taking the lead, everyone rushed forward and came to the edge of the black fog area. Blue Maple himself and the Lawn family prodigies that he brought along, together with the 9 Extinction Heavenly King Mansion's prodigies, there were about 100 people. Lu Ming was naturally among them. He felt a cold aura sweeping past him from time to time. Looks like they are going to make a move here. Lu Ming's heart skipped a beat. Entering this area, there was black fog everywhere. Everyone's vision was blocked. Lu Ming guessed that Blue Maple would kill him here and seize the divine power source bead on him. Lu Ming, follow me. Sure enough, Blue Maple looked at Lu Ming and said, "No problem." Lu Ming did not seem to notice the danger and nodded casually. "Let's go." Blue Maple spoke. He was the first to charge into the black fog, and the rest followed suit. As soon as they rushed into the black fog, they felt dizzy. When they looked back, they could no longer see the experts outside. They had already entered the range of the formation. Let's split up into 6 groups and search for the 6 formation cores. Once we find them, we'll notify them through the communication jade talisman and seal the 6 formation cores at the same time. Blue Maple said. Everyone nodded, and then automatically split into groups. There were more prodigies in the 9 Extinction Heavenly King Mansion, and they were divided into 4 groups. The young geniuses of the Lawn family were divided into 2 groups. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. With a flash, all the sky prides dashed off in different directions, disappearing into the black fog in the blink of an eye. At the scene, only Lan Feng's group was left. Of course, there was also Lu Ming. There were a total of 10 people. What's that? At this moment, Lu Ming suddenly looked behind Blue Maple with a terrified expression on his face. Blue Maple and the others were shocked. They hurriedly looked behind them and prepared for a huge battle. However, when they turned around, they realized that there was nothing behind them. Oh no, we've been tricked. A thought popped up in Blue Maple's mind. He hurriedly turned around and saw Lu Ming's figure dashing off in a direction like a bolt of lightning. Damn it, he wants to leave? Chase after him and kill him. Blue Maple shouted angrily. Just now, after the others left, Blue Maple was preparing to deal with Lu Ming. However, he didn't expect Lu Ming to make a move before him. While he was distracted, he managed to escape. Blue Maple led the 8 sky prides of the Lan family and chased after Lu Ming. Blue Maple, I knew you were up to no good. Seeing Blue Maple chasing after him, Lu Ming spoke coldly. Stop right there. Hand over the divine power source bead and pledge your loyalty to me from now on. Then, I can spare your life. Blue Maple shouted angrily. Are you daydreaming? Lu Ming mocked. At the same time, he executed the Nine Heavens Kuan Peng technique to the maximum and dashed forward. Do you think you can escape? Blue Maple's voice was cold. He turned into a ray of sword light and broke through the black fog. His speed was shocking. He was even faster than Lu Ming. He left the other 8 sky prides of the Lan family far behind. However, Lu Ming had moved early. It wasn't that easy for Blue Maple to catch up with Lu Ming. One chased while the other fled. In the blink of an eye, they were hundreds of thousands of miles away. You can't escape. When I catch you, I'll make sure you die without a burial ground. Blue Maple's voice was extremely cold. His eyes were ferocious. Lu Ming couldn't be bothered with Blue Maple. He continued to move forward with all his might. However, in the next moment, Lu Ming's expression changed drastically. This was because a group of people had appeared in front of him. There were more than 10 of them, and they were charging towards him. This group of people was also the sky prides of the Lan family. The Lan family had been divided into 2 groups. The other group had already left before Lu Ming made his move. Apparently, Blue Maple had sent a message to these people when they were chasing. That was why they had appeared in front of Lu Ming to intercept him. Among the sky prides of the Lan family, there were some who were extremely powerful. Their cultivation was at least in the first heaven of the Divine King realm. Powerful auras surged towards Lu Ming. Lu Ming, let's see how you can escape. Blue Maple's face was ferocious. Swoosh swoosh swoosh. In front of him, more than 10 sky prides slashed out more than 10 rays of sword light towards Lu Ming. Is that so? There was a cold smile at the corners of Lu Ming's lips. Bolts of lightning suddenly appeared on his fists. It was Xueqi's turn. Although Xueqi's cultivation was high, it wasn't old. It belonged to the younger generation. Naturally, it could enter this place. Bolts of lightning shot out towards the sky prides. In an instant, more than 10 rays of sword light were shattered. The lightning struck the sky prides. Ah! Blood-curdling screams were heard. At least half of the sky prides were killed by the lightning. The other half were sent flying. Their bodies were charred black and their auras were weak. With Xueqi's current strength, it could even kill a 4th heaven of the Divine King Realm cultivator, let alone these young sky prides. Although these young sky prides were stronger than their peers, their cultivation wasn't high. How could they block Xueqi's attack? Ah, I'm going to kill you. Seeing half of the sky prides being killed, Blue Maple's eyes turned red. He let out a furious roar. Clang! A terrifying ray of sword light shot out from his glabella. It slashed towards Lu Ming at a frightening speed. Although Lu Ming had killed more than 10 sky prides of the Lan family, his speed had been slowed down. This allowed Blue Maple to get closer to him. Therefore, this slash enveloped Lu Ming in a vast sword aura. Blue Maple's furious attack was terrifying. With Lu Ming's current strength, he couldn't block it. He could only rely on Xueqi. Xueqi wriggled rapidly. It turned into an armor and covered Lu Ming. Chapter 3163. Xueqi turned into a suit of armor and covered Lu Ming. At the same time, lightning filled the armor. Countless tiny lightning bolts gathered together and turned into a thick lightning bolt that shot towards Blue Maple's sword light. Boom! The lightning bolt and the sword light collided. Both of them shook violently, but it was obvious that the sword light was stronger. The sword light shone brightly, and the lightning bolt was pushed back. After a few explosions, the lightning bolt collapsed and the remaining sword light slashed towards Lu Ming. Lu Ming felt a terrifying force crushing towards him. It was incomparably sharp. His body shook violently, and he was sent flying like a cannonball, leaving a long ditch in the ground. Waves of piercing pain spread throughout his body. Lu Ming felt as if all his bones were about to break. Even Xueqi's armor had a crack in it. What a terrifying force! Lu Ming was shocked. Xueqi was now in the 3rd layer of the King God realm. Its fighting strength was even stronger, and it could kill a 4th layer King God realm existence. However, Xueqi was no match for Blue Maple in the previous attack. Even when it turned into armor, Blue Maple had broken it. Fortunately, Xueqi had turned into armor and blocked the opponent's attack. Otherwise, Lu Ming would have died. Metallic life form? Humph. You think a metallic life form in the 3rd layer of the King God realm can stop me? Kill! Blue Maple shouted. His body was like a sword light. In a flash, he charged towards Lu Ming and slashed his sword. The sword light was vast and mighty, and its pressure spread out in all directions. The black fog around them churned violently, and a terrifying whistling sound was heard. Needless to say, its power was astonishing. Gate of Domination! Lu Ming roared. His god power surged, and the Gate of Domination appeared above his head. The ancient Gate of Domination exuded an ancient and desolate aura as it collided with the sword light. At the same time, Xueqi displayed its might once again. Boundless lightning condensed into a long spear that shot towards Blue Maple. Boom! The sword light bore the brunt of the attack and slashed at the Gate of Domination. The Sovereign's Gate trembled violently, then exploded. This was within Lu Ming's expectations. Even though the Gate of Domination was an origin secret technique and was extremely powerful, Lu Ming's cultivation was still too low. The difference between him and Blue Maple was too great, and he definitely wouldn't be able to block Blue Maple's attack. Then, the lightning spear collided with the sword light. This time, it was blocked by the Lord's Gate. Then, it was struck by the lightning spear. The sword light's power was greatly reduced. The remaining power hit Lu Ming. Although Lu Ming was sent flying, Lu Ming wasn't injured. Origin Secret Technique. You've actually comprehended an origin secret technique. Blue Maple recognized Lu Ming's origin secret technique and shouted in shock. Then, Blue Maple's eyes widened, and he revealed a frenzied killing intent. He roared, "You ate the Divine Power Source Pearl. Damn it, you trash ate the Divine Power Source Pearl. You're wasting it. How can the Divine Power Source Pearl be wasted on trash like you? I'm going to kill you." Blue Maple screamed hysterically. His eyes were red, and he revealed a look of jealousy. In his opinion, Lu Ming definitely didn't rely on himself to awaken an origin secret technique. He must have eaten the Divine Power Source Pearl. In his heart, a treasure like the Divine Power Source Pearl should be used by him. If it was eaten by Lu Ming, it would be a waste. At this moment, his killing intent towards Lu Ming was at its peak. When he thought about how the Divine Power Source Pearl that could help him awaken an origin secret technique was gone, he was so angry that he almost vomited blood. Kill! Kill, kill, kill! Blue Maple roared. Sword light soared into the sky. Terrifying sword light slashed towards Lu Ming. Lu Ming executed the Nine Heavens Garuda technique and rushed forward. As he rushed forward, he used his techniques to block Blue Maple's attack. However, the difference in strength between Lu Ming and Blue Maple was too great. Even with Xueqi, there was still a large gap. He was no match for Blue Maple at all. He couldn't even escape. In less than 5 minutes, Lu Ming received 6 sword lights from Blue Maple. Even with Xueqi's protection, Lu Ming was almost split in half. 2 sword wounds appeared on his body. The terrifying destruction sword intent constantly drilled into the depths of his body, causing Lu Ming to vomit blood. He was severely injured. What should I do? If this goes on, I'll die in his hands sooner or later. Lu Ming's mind spun rapidly as he thought of a countermeasure. Kid, you can only take the risk now. Bone Demon's voice rang in his mind. Bone Demon, do you have any ideas? Lu Ming asked. There are terrifying existences living underground in this region. As long as you take the risk and lure them out, you can escape from danger. With your aura, you can't attract them. Therefore, I have to release a trace of my aura to attract them. Bone Demon explained. All right, let's take the risk then. Lu Ming gritted his teeth. Be careful. If there are any strange movements later, run quickly. Bone Demon cautioned cautiously before releasing a trace of his aura. Bone Demon was an old monster who had lived for countless years. As soon as he released a trace of his aura, the terrifying existences underground sensed it. Boom! Deep underground, an incomparably terrifying aura suddenly permeated the air. It was just a trace of his aura, but Lu Ming felt as if countless mountains were pressing down on him. He almost knelt down directly. Blue Maple's expression changed drastically. Damn it, why are the existences underground alarmed? Run, run. Blue Maple was almost frightened to death. He couldn't be bothered to continue chasing Lu Ming. He screamed and jumped dozens of meters high. He turned around and fled. In the blink of an eye, he disappeared without a trace. It was no wonder that Blue Maple was frightened to death. The existences underground were too terrifying. They were at least in the Divine Lord realm. If they appeared, They could blow him to death in one breath. It would be strange if he didn't run. Go quickly. At this moment, Bone Demon also roared and quickly retracted his aura. As for Lu Ming, he pushed his speed to the limit and ran forward. Deep underground, there seemed to be a spiritual sense spreading out and sweeping across Lu Ming and Blue Maple. Both of their bodies tensed up, and cold sweat broke out all over their bodies. Fortunately, the spiritual sense seemed to have ignored them. After sweeping around, it retracted. The terrifying aura underground also retracted and disappeared. Phew! Lu Ming breathed heavily. It was too terrifying just now. Lu Ming's heart almost jumped to his throat. If that existence really crawled out, Lu Ming would definitely die. At this moment, he relaxed and suddenly felt cold sweat all over his body. Finally got rid of that guy, Lu Ming whispered. Then, he exerted all his strength and ran forward. This area was enveloped by a large array. Lu Ming didn't know how far he had run, but he was still in the array. He was surrounded by black fog, and it was difficult to get out. Let's wait, Lu Ming muttered. Then, he found a place to sit down and began to operate the Universe Myriad Dao art to heal his injuries. Previously, when he fought with Blue Maple, his injuries were still quite serious. If he didn't heal in time, it would have a great impact on his foundation. Chapter 3164. Thump, thump, thump. Lu Ming's heart was beating violently. This was the beating of the ancient god's heart, like a drum. Waves of energy flowed out from the ancient god's heart and spread throughout Lu Ming's body, slowly strengthening Lu Ming's divine body. The ancient god's heart could constantly absorb energy from the outside world and produce a special energy that continuously strengthened Lu Ming's divine body. Although this speed was slow, after so many years of accumulation, Lu Ming's divine body was much stronger than an ordinary person's. Normally, when a cultivator's cultivation increased, their divine body would also be refined by the divine strength. Therefore, the higher one's cultivation was, the stronger their divine body would be. However, Lu Ming's divine body was at least comparable to an expert in the fourth layer of the King God realm or above. Therefore, his vitality was extremely vigorous and his recovery speed was also very fast. Blue Maple's destruction sword essence, which had penetrated Lu Ming's divine body, was constantly being forced out. Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. Numerous tiny sword auras flew out from Lu Ming's body and shot at the ground, piercing holes the size of needles in the ground. After these tiny sword chi were forced out, Lu Ming's wounds started to heal at a speed visible to the naked eye. 3 days later, Lu Ming's wounds were completely healed and he was back to his peak condition. At this moment, the black fog in the sky suddenly rolled and gathered towards the ground as if it was being absorbed by the ground. The fog floating in the sky became thinner and thinner. Has the formation been sealed? Lu Ming's eyes flickered. It was very likely that Blue Maple and the others had succeeded in sealing the 4 formation eyes. Not long after, the black fog in the sky disappeared without a trace and a boundless plain appeared in front of Lu Ming. I have to get out of here quickly. Lu Ming roughly identified the direction and then quickly flew away. Now that the formation was sealed, the experts that Blue Maple had brought could enter this place. If he ran into those experts, only death would await him. Fortunately, Lu Ming's luck was good and he didn't run into anyone else. After flying for more than an hour, Lu Ming finally left the plane and arrived at a barren mountain range. Lu Ming's intuition told him that Lu Ming had left the area covered by the formation. However, after arriving here, Lu Ming didn't relax because there were all kinds of ghosts wandering in this barren mountain range. Lu Ming saw ghosts, corpses, skeletons, and red-haired zombies. It was a gathering place of ghosts. Kid, I'll teach you a way to disguise your aura as a ghost. The Bone's voice came. Thank you, Senior. Lu Ming originally wanted to go around this area because he wanted to find the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe. However, he didn't know where the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe was, so he could only go around and try his luck. Lu Ming guessed that the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe lived in the depths of the Ghost region. Therefore, he only had to go in the direction of the Ghost region. However, if he could disguise his aura as a ghost, it would be much more convenient for him to move around. Soon, a message was transmitted to Lu Ming's mind. It was a secret technique that the Bone Demon had taught him. Lu Ming wasn't surprised. The Bone Demon was originally a skeleton, so it was normal for it to have such a secret technique. This secret technique was just a small trick to hide one's aura. It was very simple to cultivate and Lu Ming didn't take long to understand it. With a thought, the secret technique was activated and the ghostly qi in the air gathered towards Lu Ming and covered his body. In an instant, Lu Ming's appearance became eerie. This secret technique was very simple. It was to absorb the ghostly qi in the surroundings and hide one's aura. It was very crude, but creatures with high spiritual intelligence could easily recognize it. However, Lu Ming found that the ghosts in the ghost region were very low in spiritual intelligence. This method was enough to fool them. As expected, Lu Ming flew forward. A few red-haired zombies passed by Lu Ming and completely ignored him, treating him as one of them. Haha, it works. Lu Ming laughed in his heart and felt relieved. He increased his speed and rushed into the wilderness. Along the way, not a single ghost attacked him. Their journey was smooth sailing as they passed through the wilderness and arrived at another region. The ghost region was very large and there were countless ghosts living there. Lu Ming didn't have a destination. He just relied on his intuition and kept going deeper into the ghost region. Half a month later, Lu Ming didn't know how long he had traveled, but he still didn't find the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe. Where is the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe? Don't tell me they went extinct after so many years. Lu Ming muttered, but then he shook his head. According to Blue Merchant, the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe was full of experts. How could they go extinct so easily? Lu Ming could only wait patiently and continue his search. Roar! Roar! Just as Lu Ming was passing through a mountain range, several roars came from the mountain range. Then, several huge figures rushed toward Lu Ming. Violent energy rushed toward Lu Ming like a gust of wind. Lu Ming was shocked. He quickly retreated and took a closer look. There were 3 figures in front of him, each of them about 2 meters tall. Their bodies were black, their eyes were red, and their mouths were bared with fangs. It's the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe. Lu Ming couldn't help but be overjoyed. Before entering, Blue Merchant had described the appearance of the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe to Lu Ming. They were very similar to the ones in front of him. Finally, he found the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe. Lu Ming was sizing up the Nether Ape Combat Tribe members. The Nether Ape Combat Tribe members were also sizing Lu Ming up. A human pretending to be a ghost? What are you trying to do? What is your purpose? One of the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe members said, his voice filled with violence. Clearly, the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe was not a ghost. They were very intelligent and could easily see that Lu Ming was not a ghost, but a human. Are you the warriors of the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe? Lu Ming asked politely. That's right. What are you doing here? Did the Taishu dynasty send you here to spy on the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe? One of the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe members said coldly, his body emitting a cold, murderous aura. Boom! Boom! The other 2 Dark Ape Fighting Tribe members also emitted a powerful aura. Half-step God Kings. The 3 Dark Ape Fighting Tribe members were all half-step God Kings. You have misunderstood. To tell you the truth, I am the successor of Jing Yu. Lu Ming revealed his identity. Battle Ancestor Jing Yu? Are you saying that you are the successor of Battle Ancestor Jing Yu? The 3 Dark Ape Fighting Tribe members exclaimed at the same time. So the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe members call Prince Jing Yu the Battle Ancestor? Lu Ming thought to himself. That's right. Lu Ming nodded. Kid, do you have any evidence? If you don't have any evidence, the consequences will be severe. One of the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe members said coldly. Coupled with the fact that he had opened his mouth wide, he looked very ferocious. Chapter 3165. The few Dark Ape Combat Tribe members stared at Lu Ming. If they found out that Lu Ming was lying, they would attack and kill Lu Ming. Lu Ming smiled faintly and said, wait and see. After that, Lu Ming began to control the battle character formula. In his sea of knowledge, the battle character formula glowed and appeared between Lu Ming's eyebrows. The ancient battle character appeared on Lu Ming's forehead. It shone brightly and emitted a strange aura. The origin ancient character battle. The battle ancestor's origin character is on him. Is he really the successor of the battle ancestor? The 3 Dark Ape Combat Tribe members exclaimed in surprise. Their eyes were wide open. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. At that moment, figures flew out from the mountain below. They were all from the Dark Ape Battle Tribe, and there were more than 20 of them. Some of them were divine kings and their auras were thick and vigorous. The Dark Ape Combat Tribe members looked at the battle character in shock. The Battle Ancestor's origin character has appeared again. It seems like he really is the successor of the Battle Ancestor. Some of the Divine King Combat Tribe members discussed. Do you believe me now? Lu Ming put away the battle character formula and said with a smile. You have the battle character, so I believe you. However, this is a serious matter and we have to report it to the higher-ups. Wait here and wait for news from them. One of the Divine King Combat Tribe members said. Of course. Lu Ming smiled. He stood in the air and waited quietly. One of the Dark Ape Combat Tribe members took out a black bone and fiddled with it. Then, a black light shot up into the sky and disappeared. Lu Ming guessed that it was something similar to a sound transmission jade talisman. Not long after, the black bone in the Dark Ape Combat Tribe member's hand shone brightly. He had received the news. When the Dark Ape Combat Tribe member saw the news, his expression changed slightly. Then, his lips moved slightly as he communicated with the other Dark Apes. After a while, the Nether Ape asked, What's your name? Lu Ming. Lu Ming replied. You're Lu Ming, right? The lords have sent a message for you to come with us to the clan's land. The Dark Ape warrior said. Lu Ming frowned slightly. Blue Merchant had told him that when Jingyu had subdued the Nether Ape fighting clan, the Nether Ape fighting clan had obeyed Jingyu's every command. Now that Jingyu was dead, Lu Ming was Jingyu's only successor and the leader of the Nether Ape battle tribe. The Nether Ape battle tribe should treat him with the utmost respect. Even if the leader of the Dark Ape battle clan knew about it, he would have to personally welcome them. But now, not only had the Dark Ape battle tribe not come to greet him, but the Dark Ape battle tribe member's tone was also not the least bit respectful. Lu Ming was puzzled, but he did not show it on his face. All right, please lead the way. Lu Ming smiled faintly and stepped forward. More than 20 Nether Ape Combat Clan members swayed slightly and surrounded Lu Ming. After you. A God King Realm Dark Ape Battle Tribe member smiled and took the lead. Lu Ming followed closely behind. However, just as Lu Ming moved, a terrifying whistling sound came from behind him. A few energy blasts tore at Lu Ming. It was a Dark Ape Battle Tribe member. The Dark Ape Battle Tribe members' fingernails were very long and they were as sharp as blades as they clawed at Lu Ming. It was a half-step God King Realm Dark Ape Battle Tribe member. However, Lu Ming seemed to have expected it. He turned around and punched the Dark Ape Battle Tribe member's claw. Boom! A loud explosion sounded. Lu Ming did not move an inch, but the Dark Ape Battle Tribe member was sent flying and he coughed out blood. Of course, Lu Ming had shown mercy. Otherwise, a half-step God King Realm Dark Ape Battle Tribe member would have been crushed to pieces. The other Dark Ape Battle Tribe members were shocked when they saw this. They unleashed their auras and surrounded Lu Ming. They locked onto Lu Ming. Lu Ming was surrounded by more than 20 Nether Ape Combat Clan members. An 8th-level Heavenly God. Not bad. You are indeed the successor of the startled Feather Battle Ancestor. One of the Dark Ape Battle Tribe members said. Why? Lu Ming asked with a solemn face. He felt that something was amiss at first. He did not expect the Dark Ape Battle Tribe members to attack him. He did not understand why the Dark Ape Battle Tribe would attack him. Blue Merchant had told him that the Dark Ape Battle Tribe would respect him as long as he showed them the battle symbol art. It's simple. Lord sent a message to kill you and take away your origin symbol. A God King Realm Dark Ape Battle Tribe member said coldly. You think you can do that? Lu Ming spoke. Suddenly, he took a step forward and dashed in one direction. A long spear appeared in his hand and a spear gleam as big as a mountain blasted out. Leave it to me. One of the Dark Ape Battle Tribe members shouted. His eyes were filled with fighting spirit. He took a step forward and rushed towards Lu Ming. In the process of dashing out, an iron rod appeared in his hand and he swung it toward Lu Ming. The Dark Ape Battle Tribe member was a first-level Heavenly God. However, a first-level Heavenly God was still no match for Lu Ming. Boom! The spear light and the metal rod collided, creating ripples of shockwaves that spread out in all directions. Then, the Dark Ape Battle Tribe member retreated. He's so strong. The other Dark Ape Battle Tribe members widened their eyes in shock. They had never heard of an 8th-level Heavenly God defeating a first-level Heavenly God with a single move. Again! The Dark Ape Combat Tribe member that had been repelled let out a roar as his body began to expand. His muscles bulged as he grew into a 10-meter-tall giant ape. Boom! The giant ape swung his metal rod at Lu Ming again, creating a terrifying whistling sound. Moon slashing. Lu Ming had activated the battle character formula to quadruple his fighting strength. He used the moon slashing. Their attacks collided once again. This time, it was the Dark Ape Battle Tribe that was forced to retreat. However, Lu Ming's expression changed. This time, Lu Ming felt that the Dark Ape Battle Tribe members' fighting strength had doubled. Double fighting strength. The Dark Ape Battle Tribe could double their fighting strength. It was similar to the battle character formula. Lu Ming vaguely understood why Jingyu had subdued the Dark Ape Battle Tribe, and why they were so shocked when they saw the battle character formula. It was possible that the Dark Ape Battle Tribe had mastered some kind of secret technique that was similar to the battle character formula. Again! The Dark Ape Battle Ape that had been pushed back roared and charged at Huang Xiaolong again. Don't waste time. Let's kill him together. It won't be good if the tribe leader knows about this. Another Dark Ape Battle Tribe member roared and released his aura. Third level King God Realm. Then, the other Dark Ape Battle Tribe members also released their powerful auras. There were 3 third-level Heavenly Gods. There were 13 second-level Heavenly Gods and first-level Heavenly Gods. The rest were half-step Divine Kings. After the previous exchange, Lu Ming knew that the Dark Ape Battle Tribe members were extremely strong. They were stronger than the people outside and were not weaker than some of the geniuses. Chapter 3166. Xueqi. Lu Ming transmitted his voice to Xueqi. Xueqi immediately wriggled and turned into an armor that covered Lu Ming's body. When Xueqi's armor covered Lu Ming's body, dozens of iron rods came crashing down on Lu Ming from all directions. The power was shocking. Sizzle! 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 Lu Ming's body emitted lightning bolts that shot out in all directions. The lightning bolts accurately hit the iron rods of the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe. The Dark Ape Fighting Tribe members' bodies shook violently as they retreated. However, none of them were killed. Lu Ming had shown mercy. After all, he still wanted to subdue the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe. If he killed them, it would be even more difficult. Damn it! It's a metal life form. One of the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe members shouted. Whoosh! After Lu Ming repelled the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe members, he stepped forward and charged toward a few of them. Lightning bolts condensed into a long spear that Lu Ming held in his hand. Whoosh! 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 Lu Ming waved his long spear and pressed it against the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe members. Bang! 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 3 Dark Ape Fighting Tribe members were hit by the lightning spear. Their bodies trembled as their hair stood on end and they fell to the ground. Use the ghost battle art. One of the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe members shouted. At the same time, his body swelled rapidly and he turned into a giant ape that was more than 10 meters tall. At the same time, the other Dark Ape Fighting Tribe members also began to swell. Some of them became 4 to 5 meters tall, some 7 to 8 meters tall, and some more than 10 meters tall. Lu Ming waved his long spear and charged forward. The Dark Ape Fighting Tribe members also swung their iron rods at Lu Ming. Boom! 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 The two sides continued to clash, but Xueqi's strength was still a notch higher. It was able to force the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe members back. Some of the weaker Dark Ape Fighting Tribe members trembled uncontrollably. Their hair stood on end, and black smoke rose from their bodies. There was even a burnt smell coming from them as they fell to the ground. Only a few third-layer King God Realm Dark Ape Fighting Tribe members managed to withstand the attacks. However, their bodies were also smoking. Their combat strength has increased. Lu Ming was surprised. He discovered that the combat prowess of the Nether Ape Battle Tribe members had increased as their bodies swelled up. Of course, the degree of improvement varied from person to person. Some of them increased by a few times, while some increased by 2 times. The highest one increased by a few times. This secret technique was very similar to the battle character formula. Speak, why do you want to kill me? Lu Ming bellowed as he charged toward the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe's 3rd-tier King God Realm experts. I don't need a reason to kill you. One of the Dark Ape Battle Clan members shouted, his eyes cold. Really? Don't think that I don't dare to kill you. If you don't speak, then I can only send you on your way. Lu Ming said coldly. Who are you going to send on their way? At this moment, a cold voice came from afar. Just as he finished speaking, a figure appeared in front of Lu Ming. This was also a Dark Ape Battle Clan member. He was more than 2 meters tall and had bulging muscles all over his body. The most shocking thing was that the aura of this Nether Ape Combat Tribe member was extremely terrifying. Lu Ming's expression changed drastically. Divine Lord Realm. He could not be wrong. This Dark Ape Battle Clan member's aura was very similar to the Divine Lord Realm expert he had encountered before. They were at the same level. Moreover, this Dark Ape Battle Clan member's eyes were cold. It was obvious that he was up to no good. Great Elder. When the other Dark Ape Battle Clan members saw this Dark Ape Battle Clan member, they bowed respectfully. This ape was the Great Elder of the Dark Ape Battle Clan. You are the successor of Battle Ancestor Jingyu? The Great Elder of the Dark Ape Battle Clan looked at Lu Ming and asked coldly. There was no respect in his voice. That's right, Lu Ming said. Since you know that I am the successor of Prince Jingyu, you still want to kill me. How dare you? Are you trying to go against your superiors? Haha, go against my superiors? Jingyu died a long time ago. Furthermore, it is because of Jingyu that our clan has been holed up in this god-forsaken place. As long as we kill you, we can kill our way out of the primitive universe. We can do whatever we want in this vast universe. The Great Elder of the Dark Ape Battle Clan laughed. His gaze toward Lu Ming was extremely cold. Lu Ming was sweating profusely, and his muscles were tense. He felt a great sense of danger. Suddenly, a beam of divine light shot out from the eyes of the Elder of the Nether Ape Battle Tribe and he charged toward Lu Ming. All of a sudden, Lu Ming felt that the surrounding void had been completely locked down. He could not move at all. This time, I'm going to be killed by Lan Shu. Lu Ming sighed inside. Hadn't they said that as long as he took out the battle character art and proved that he was Jingyu's successor, the Dark Ape Battle Clan would obediently listen to him? But now, why were the Dark Ape Battle Clan members shouting to kill him whenever they saw him? The difference between reality and his imagination was too great. Just as Lu Ming thought that he was definitely going to die, the space in front of him suddenly rippled, and a stone staff appeared and struck the ray of divine light. With a bang, the ray of divine light dissipated. After that, another Dark Ape Battle Clan member appeared in front of Lu Ming. This Dark Ape Battle Clan member was only around 1.8 meters tall, and he looked skinnier than the other Dark Apes. However, when the other Dark Apes saw this Dark Ape Battle Clan member, their expressions changed. They bowed and said, "This subordinate greets the Patriarch." This skinny Dark Ape Battle Clan member was actually the Patriarch of the Dark Ape Battle Clan. Patriarch! The Great Elder of the Dark Ape Battle Tribe didn't bow, but his expression was a little ugly. Yuan Song, you actually dared to kill Battle Ancestor Jingyu's successor? You're too bold. The Great Elder snorted coldly. His expression was gloomy, and a powerful aura came from him. Kill him, then kill our way out. What's wrong with that? The Great Elder of the Dark Ape Battle Clan said coldly. Of course not. My Dark Ape Battle Clan swore to be loyal to Battle Ancestor Jingyu and his descendants. You swore the same oath back then. Have you forgotten? The Great Elder of the Dark Ape Battle Clan said loudly. The Great Elder of the Dark Ape Battle Clan remained silent. What's going on? At this moment, Lu Ming was a little confused. The Great Elder of the Dark Ape Battle Clan wanted to kill him, but the Great Elder of the Dark Ape Battle Clan wanted to save him. It seemed like the Great Elder wanted to be loyal to him. At that moment, in the distant sky, many figures rushed over. They were all Dark Ape Battle Clan members. There were at least a few hundred of them, and each of them had an unfathomable aura. There are so many experts. They're all at least in the 7th layer of the Divine King realm. Lu Ming was shocked. The Dark Ape Battle Clan members that came later were all extremely powerful. Each one of them could easily kill Lu Ming. These Dark Ape Battle Clan members were extremely fast. In the blink of an eye, they were already in the vicinity. All of the Dark Ape Battle Clan members looked at Lu Ming curiously. Little brother, you're the successor of Battle Ancestor Jingyu. Show us your origin ancient character and let us see it. The Great Elder of the Dark Ape Battle Clan said to Lu Ming. All right. Lu Ming nodded. He manipulated the battle formula again, causing the battle formula to appear. Feng Yun Reading Network. Chapter 3167. The battle word manual once again appeared between Lu Ming's eyebrows. It shone brightly and attracted everyone's attention. The Ancient Origin Battle Symbol. It really is the Ancient Origin Battle Symbol. The chief of the Dark Ape Battle Clan murmured to himself. Then, his body trembled slightly. He seemed to be very excited. Greetings, Patriarch of the Dark Ape Tribe, Yuan Huan. Then, the leader of the Nether Ape Battle Clan bowed respectfully to Lu Ming. Greetings, Patriarch. Following that, the other powerful figures of the Nether Ape Fighting Tribe also bowed respectfully to Lu Ming. However, not everyone bowed to Lu Ming. A small number of them stood still, and the Grand Elder was one of them. Patriarch, please get up. Why are you calling me Patriarch? Lu Ming quickly helped Yuan Huan, the leader of the Nether Ape Battle Clan, up and asked curiously. In the past, we of the Dark Ape Tribe swore to be loyal to Patriarch Startled Feather. Now that Patriarch Startled Feather has fallen and you are his successor, you are naturally our new Patriarch. The clan leader of the Dark Ape Battle Clan bowed respectfully. It was not an act. I see. Lu Ming nodded, thinking in his heart that this was what Lan Shang had described. Previously, when the Grand Elder wanted to kill him the moment he saw him, he was dumbstruck. Yuan Song, the new Patriarch is here. Come and greet him. The Patriarch of the Dark Ape Battle Tribe scolded the Great Elder of the Dark Ape Battle Tribe. New Patriarch? Hee, you may recognize him, but I don't. Yuan Song sneered. Why not? Yuan Huan asked. Back then, Battle Ancestor Jingyu was extremely powerful. His divine might was peerless and his battle prowess was unparalleled. Our Dark Ape Fighting Tribe was naturally convinced by him. However, this brat is only a heavenly god. What future does our tribe have if we follow him? Yuan Song sneered. Cultivation can be improved. He is still young, so he will be able to improve his cultivation in the future. Yuan Huan said. Hee, do you think it's easy to improve one's cultivation? How could it be that easy? Without exceptional talent, one's achievements will be limited in the end. Yuan Song smiled disdainfully. As for him, he could only rely on the assistance of a metallic life form when he fought earlier. Otherwise, probably any god king would be able to kill him on his own. Yuan Huan frowned and asked, then what do you want? If he wants to become the new warlord of the Nether Ape Battle Clan, that's fine. He'll have to pass our test and enter the 18 levels of hell. As long as he passes the 9 levels of hell, I'll acknowledge him as the new warlord, and I'll be loyal to him. Yuan Song shouted, his voice spreading throughout the entire area. His words caused the eyes of some of the Dark Ape Battle Tribe members who had originally approved of Lu Ming to light up. That was right. The matter of the battle progenitor was no small matter. The Dark Ape Battle Tribe had to submit to the new war ancestor unconditionally. This was a matter of life and death for the tribe. If the new battle progenitor's talent was average, and his future cultivation was average as well, what could he achieve by following this person? It might even lead the Dark Ape Battle Clan down a path of no return. I think the Great Elder is right. This person must pass the test before he can become the new war ancestor. That's right. As long as he can pass the 9 levels of hell, he'll pass. Some of the experts who were on the Great Elder's side spoke out. We're not looking down on the war ancestor, but the Great Elder is right. We'll have to trouble the war ancestor to take the test. If the war ancestor doesn't agree to take the test, we'll send the war ancestor safely out of the ghost region. At that moment, an old Dark Ape Battle Tribe member who had approved of Lu Ming spoke out. You, the Patriarch of the Dark Ape Battle Tribe, Yuan Huan, was in a difficult position. All right, I agree to take the test. Lu Ming spoke out, his voice spreading throughout the area. He had experienced a lot along the way, and he naturally understood that if he wanted to convince others, he had to show them something worthy of their trust. Strength was a capital, and so was talent. Therefore, if he wanted to subdue the Dark Ape Battle Tribe, he had to show them something worthy of their trust. Only then would he be able to use the Dark Ape Battle Tribe. When Jingyu had subdued the Dark Ape Battle Tribe, he had not only relied on the battle character art, but also his strength. Since he wasn't strong enough, he could only rely on his talent. All right, Great Elder. You've heard him. He has also agreed to take the test. The Great Elder looked at the Great Elder. All right, then let's take the test. In 3 months, we'll open the 18 levels of hell. The Great Elder of the Dark Ape Battle Tribe, Yuan Huan, finally made his decision. Seeing that Yuan Huan had given the order, the Great Elder smiled. The 18 levels of hell weren't easy to pass. Every level was difficult, and passing the 9 levels was as difficult as ascending to the heavens. If Lu Ming couldn't pass the 9 levels, it would be a good reason to send Lu Ming away. If Lu Ming really passed the 9 levels, it meant that his talent was really amazing. Then why not acknowledge Lu Ming as the war ancestor? Let's go back to the tribe. Yuan Huan ordered. Immediately, Lu Ming followed Yuan Huan and the others and flew forward. After flying for a while, huge ancient trees appeared in front of them. These ancient trees were really too big. Many of them were more than 100 meters in diameter, and many of them were more than 1,000 meters in diameter. The canopy of the trees reached into the clouds. At a glance, these ancient trees were everywhere. It was a magnificent sight. At a glance, there were figures leaping back and forth between the ancient trees. They were all members of the Dark Ape Battle Tribe. Lu Ming was surprised that the Dark Ape Battle Tribe lived in these ancient trees. When they returned, the experts left one after another. After that, someone arranged for Lu Ming's residence. Soon, Lu Ming arrived at an ancient tree that was a few hundred meters in diameter. A courtyard was built between the branches of the ancient tree. It was rather elegant. This was Lu Ming's residence. Lu Ming would stay here for the time being. 3 days passed in the blink of an eye. On this day, a dark ape came and said that the great elder of the Dark Ape Battle Tribe had invited him. Lu Ming followed the Dark Ape Battle Tribe and came to a huge tree that was more than 5,000 meters in diameter. He entered a palace among the branches. Greetings, great elder of the Dark Ape Battle Tribe. Lu Ming cupped his fist slightly. Greetings, great elder of the Dark Ape Battle Tribe. Yuan Huan quickly bowed to Lu Ming. Great elder of the Dark Ape Battle Tribe, why did you call me here? Lu Ming asked. It's about the test. Great elder of the Dark Ape Battle Tribe, I guess you don't know the details of the 18 levels of hell. Yuan Huan said. I don't know. Please tell me. Lu Ming said politely. The 18 levels of hell is a special place in the ghost region. It's not worth mentioning to us. However, it's difficult for young people like you to pass through it. The 18 levels of hell are the training grounds for the younger generation of the Dark Ape Battle Tribe. There are 18 levels in total and each level is more difficult than the previous one. Even a first-layer Divine King Realm genius would find it difficult to pass through 9 levels. Great Elder of the Dark Ape Battle Tribe is only at the 8th layer of the Heavenly God Realm. Yuan Huan explained. Feng Yun Reading Network. Chapter 3168. Lu Ming nodded. As the name suggested, the 18 levels of hell had a total of 18 levels. Each level was harder than the previous one. However, one didn't need to pass the 18th level. One only needed to pass the 9th level. Yuan Huan said that even the peerless geniuses of the first layer of King God Realm couldn't pass the 9th level. Lu Ming wasn't worried about that. Even if the geniuses of the first layer of King God Realm couldn't pass the 9th level, it didn't mean that he couldn't pass it. When he was only at the 7th layer of Heavenly God Realm, he had defeated almost all the geniuses of the first layer of King God Realm from the 9 Sabers Heavenly King Mansion and the 9 Extinction Heavenly King Mansion, including Yuan Yu, who had awakened his God origin factor for the second time. Yuan Yu's fighting competence was almost invincible in the first sky of King God Realm. Not many first sky of King God Realm warriors could defeat Yuan Yu. Some of them had awakened their God origin factor more than Yuan Yu. However, it was almost impossible for a first layer of King God Realm cultivator to awaken his God origin factor for the 3rd time. Some of them were like Lu Ming, who had all kinds of heaven-defying skills. Therefore, Yuan Yu represented the peak of the first layer of King God Realm. Lu Ming could defeat Yuan Yu when he was at the 7th layer of Heavenly God Realm. Now that he was at the 8th layer of Heavenly God Realm, it was even easier for him to defeat Yuan Yu. Therefore, he was confident that he could pass the 9th level. As long as he could pass the 9th level, he didn't need to pass the 18th level. Lu Ming was quite confident. Of course, in other people's eyes, it was impossible for him to pass the 9th level with his 8th layer of Heavenly God Realm cultivation base. I'll tell you the details when the 18 levels of hell open in 3 months. I have another thing to tell you today. Yuan Huan said. Another thing? What is it? Lu Ming was puzzled. Battle Ancestor, did some other people enter the ghost realm with you? Yuan Huan asked. Some other people? Blue Maple and the others. Lu Ming's eyes twinkled. Other than him, only Blue Maple and the others had entered the ghost realm. Battle Ancestor, are you friends with them? Yuan Huan asked. No, they are enemies. A cold light flashed in the eyes. Lu Ming. Patriarch. Those people have been attacking God Statue Mountain for the past few days. I thought they were the battle ancestors' friends, so I didn't send anyone to deal with them. So they're the battle ancestors' enemies. At this point, a cold light flashed in Yuan Huan's eyes. Statue Mountain? What's there? Lu Ming asked. Blue Maple had mobilized so many people from the great illusionary sage capital to enter the ghost region and obtain some kind of treasure. This was definitely very valuable. Lu Ming immediately became interested. Blue Maple would probably be infuriated if he could snatch away the treasure that he wanted. There is nothing but a statue on the mountain of divine statues. Yuan Huan replied. Other than a statue, there is nothing else? Lu Ming was surprised. Without any treasures, what was Blue Maple going to do? Patriarch, can you lend me a group of strong cultivators? I have a grudge against these people. It's time to settle the score. Lu Ming said. All right, since he's an enemy of the battle ancestor, he should be eliminated. I was just about to send someone over. Yuan Huan said. Patriarch, there are many strong cultivators in this group. There are even a few divine lords. Lu Ming reminded Yuan Huan. Don't worry, I'll send someone over. After saying that, Yuan Huan took out a pitch-black bone and began to transmit his voice. It seems like the strength of the Dark Ape fighting tribe is beyond my imagination. Lu Ming thought to himself. Looking at Yuan Huan's expression, it was obvious that he didn't care about a few divine lords. One could imagine that there were many divine lords in the Dark Ape fighting tribe. Lu Ming was even more determined to subdue the Dark Ape fighting tribe. If he could make use of this powerful force, it would be of great help to his future development. Half an hour later, in the land of the Nether Ape fighting tribe, a group of Nether Apes followed Lu Ming and flew into the distance. Battle Ancestor, I'll bring you along. Beside Lu Ming, there was an old Dark Ape with white hair. He was the strongest cultivator to assist Lu Ming this time. His name was Yuan Fei. All right, thank you, Senior. Lu Ming nodded. After that, Yuan Fei waved his hand, and a divine light enveloped Lu Ming. Their speed suddenly increased as they flew into the distance. In less than an hour, a majestic mountain appeared in front of them. The mountain was huge, and it pierced through the clouds. The area it occupied was shocking, and one couldn't see the end of it. Battle Ancestor, this is the Divine Statue Mountain. Those outsiders are on the Divine Statue Mountain. Let's kill them. Yuan Fei said. Wait, we'll go up from the other side. Lu Ming hurriedly said. He didn't want to show himself first. He wanted to see what Lu Maple was doing here. If he went up directly, he wouldn't know what Lu Maple's goal was. All right. Yuan Fei nodded in agreement. They were Yuan Huan's subordinates, and they were very supportive of Lu Ming. Therefore, they listened to Lu Ming's words. Immediately, they rushed up from the other side of the mountain. There were all kinds of ghosts on the mountain. When they saw Lu Ming, they wanted to charge at him. However, when they saw the Dark Ape battle tribe, they were frightened and quickly retreated. They went up the mountain without any obstructions. Soon, they were close to the peak. Roar! Kakik! When they reached the peak, they heard ear-piercing and unpleasant cries coming from the other side. There were also all kinds of flashes of divine light. Rumbling sounds were incessant. Clearly, there was a great battle going on. They looked for rocks to hide in and then looked into the distance. The first thing that came into view was a huge stone statue. The statue was over 1,000 zhang tall, making it extremely huge. Lu Ming could tell at a glance that this stone statue was carved into a primitive divine spirit. There were 4 huge stone chains around the statue, locking it in place. After that, Lu Ming saw Lu Maple and the group of powerful cultivators he had brought with him. Lu Maple and the powerful cultivators he brought with him were divided into 2 groups. One group was outside because there were countless ghosts attacking them. These people were resisting the ghosts. Lu Maple personally led a group of powerful cultivators to attack the 4 stone chains around the statue. Lu Ming saw that one of the stone chains had been broken. There were only 3 left. They were attacking the second one. Dang, 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 dang. Their attacks bombarded the stone chains. The stone chains shook violently and sparks flew in all directions. What a tough chain. Lu Ming's eyes flickered. There were 2 powerful cultivators in the Divine Lord realm who participated in attacking the chains. There were also many high-level divine kings. With so many powerful cultivators joining forces, they couldn't break the chains in one go. However, it only caused small cracks to appear on the chains. The Divine Lord realm cultivators could only leave small cracks on the chains. One could imagine how tough the chains were. Only when there were more and more cracks could the chains be broken. Roar! Kakik! Outside, there were countless ghosts of all shapes and sizes. They were constantly attacking Blue Maple and the others. Fengyun Reading Network. Chapter 3169. Countless ghosts attacked Blue Maple and the others. However, Blue Maple and the others were well prepared this time. They had brought along many treasures that could counter ghosts. One by one, the array discs flew into the air and arranged themselves into various large arrays. Some of the formations exuded boundless holy light. Some of them were filled with bolts of lightning. There were also some that were filled with scorching flames. These elements were all used to counter ghosts. Many different ghosts were reduced to ashes by the holy light, the lightning, and the flames. Although there were many ghosts, none of them were too powerful. They couldn't break through the statue's defenses. This allowed Blue Maple and the others to attack the stone chains with ease. Could Blue Maple's target be the statue? But this statue looks ordinary. I can't sense any special aura from it. I wonder what it's used for? Lu Ming pondered in his heart. From afar, this statue looked like an ordinary statue carved from a mountain rock. Apart from the fact that it looked very ancient and was filled with the aura of time, there was nothing special about it. Blue Maple mobilized so many people just for this statue? Lu Ming couldn't figure it out. War Ancestor. Should we make a move? Yuan Fei secretly transmitted his voice to Lu Ming. No need. Let's wait for a while. Lu Ming replied. Let's observe the situation before making a move. Since Blue Maple's target was this statue, it must be useful. Lu Ming naturally wanted to snatch it. However, the stone chains were extremely tough. They couldn't be destroyed so easily. It wouldn't be too late for them to make a move after Blue Maple and the others were done. Wouldn't it be a pity if they didn't make use of free labor? Lu Ming and the others waited quietly. A day passed in the blink of an eye. Clang! Finally, the second stone chain was broken. After such a long time, they finally broke the second chain. There were still 2 chains left. Quick, attack the third! Blue Maple shouted. These elites charged towards the third chain and unleashed a flurry of attacks. More than a day later, the third chain was broken. With only the last chain left, they continued to attack the fourth chain. Ha ha ha, the primordial statue of God is mine. Blue Maple was ecstatic, and his eyes burned with passion. He had learned from an ancient book that there was a primordial deity statue in the ghost region. That was why he had brought a large number of experts here. He had never thought that it was true. There was actually a primordial deity statue here. Boom! Boom! As the rumbling continued, the gap on the fourth stone chain grew larger and larger. After almost a day, the gap had already occupied more than half of the stone chain. At this rate, the fourth chain would be completely broken in less than a day. It's about time, Lu Ming murmured. Then, he said a few words to Yuan Fei. Lu Ming's figure moved and rushed out. Lu Ming didn't feel the slightest bit of hindrance as the other ghosts were all frightened by the Dark Ape Battle Tribe. Who is it? Lu Ming was discovered by Blue Maple's subordinates the moment he made his move. Instantly, many people turned to look at Lu Ming, including Blue Maple. Lu Ming, is that you? Blue Maple exclaimed when he saw Lu Ming. His eyes widened in shock. Although he had escaped, how could Lu Ming appear here alone? How was he able to climb this mountain alone? Blue Maple, I trust you have been well since we last met. Lu Ming smiled and looked at the deity statue. He said, so you've brought a large number of people here for this deity statue. This deity statue looks very ordinary. I wonder what is its use. Lu Ming wanted to know the use of this deity statue. Lu Ming, you actually dare to appear here alone. Very good. Blue Maple did not answer Lu Ming's question. There was a ferocious glint in his eyes as he shouted. This person launched a sneak attack on me in the foggy area previously. He wanted to kill me. Fortunately, I reacted quickly and managed to avoid the calamity. Lu Feng shouted, directly framing Lu Ming. After all, There were many people from the 9 Extinction Heavenly King Palace here. He needed an excuse to kill Lu Ming. What? This person dares to attack young master? He's courting death. I'll kill him. One of Blue Maple's subordinates shouted furiously. His body was like a giant bird as he flew towards Lu Ming. Before the person arrived, the violent force swept toward Lu Ming like a gust of wind. Blue Maple's subordinate was a cultivator of the 7th King God layer. Obviously, he wanted to kill Lu Ming in one move. He did not want to give Lu Ming any chance to speak. However, Lu Ming was prepared for this. Boom! A terrifying explosion arose. A giant iron stick dashed towards the warrior of the 7th King God layer with an even more intimidating aura. The iron rod shattered the Lan family expert's attack and landed on his body. He screamed in pain as his body flew out like a cannonball. His body exploded in the air and he died on the spot. A 7th layer Divine King expert was killed instantly. Blue Maple and the others were shocked. Roar, roar, roar. A series of furious roars could be heard as several figures charged toward Qin Nan. The Dark Ape Fighting Tribe had attacked. It's the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe. Oh no, the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe is still here, someone exclaimed. Kill all these outsiders. Kill them. The Dark Ape Battle Tribe cultivator roared, and a huge shadow of his staff covered the sky as he charged towards Blue Maple and the others. In an instant, a few experts were killed by the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe. Damn it! Stop the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe. You guys continue to attack the chains. Blue Maple roared. He ordered a group of people to stop the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe while the rest continued to attack the chains. Whoosh! Whoosh! Their bodies flashed as a group of experts charged towards the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe and unleashed powerful attacks. Although Blue Maple's subordinates were all experts, the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe's members were also experts. Their fighting strength was even more shocking. The Dark Ape Fighting Tribe used a secret technique unique to the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe. Their fighting strength increased tremendously as their iron rods flew across the sky. Bang! 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 In an instant, more than 10 of Blue Maple's subordinates were killed. Their bodies exploded and their souls were destroyed. At this moment, Lu Ming took the opportunity to retreat to the other side. Damn it! Why aren't the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe attacking Lu Ming? Blue Maple roared in his heart as he retreated. He couldn't figure out why the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe didn't attack Lu Ming. Never in his wildest dreams would he have thought that Lu Ming was Jing Yu's successor. Furthermore, he didn't know that the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe had already been subdued by Jing Yu. Naturally, he wouldn't have thought that these Dark Ape Fighting Tribe were brought here by Lu Ming. He only thought that they had been discovered by the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe. That was why they were attacked. Don't attack the chains. Kill these Dark Ape Fighting Tribe first. Blue Maple roared. Suddenly, the 2 Divine Emperors who were attacking the chains moved and charged towards the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe, unleashing terrifying attacks. Once the Divine Emperors appeared, their aura suppressed the entire area. However, the Divine Emperors of the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe also attacked. A few rods as large as pillars came crashing down. Chapter 3170. Divine Emperors. Someone exclaimed. The Divine Emperor of the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe had made his move. W. Ranweena. Boom. Boom. The entire area was in an uproar as the Divine Emperors engaged in a fierce battle. However, the Divine Emperors brought by Blue Maple were at a disadvantage as the Divine Emperors of the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe outnumbered them. Blue Maple had a total of 3 Divine Emperors on his side. One of the Divine Emperors had been assisting in the fight against the ghosts earlier, and now, he had also rushed over to fight the Divine Emperor of the Dark Ape Battle Clan. 3 Divine Emperors. Interesting. Let me play with you. Yuan Fei had not made a move until now. Now that he had said that, he took a step forward and rushed out. He originally looked very old, but at this moment, his body rapidly expanded, turning into a giant ape that was more than 10 meters tall. His muscles were solid, and he looked extraordinarily mighty. Boom! He did not even take out his iron rod. Instead, he threw a punch. The void exploded as the terrifying fist energy blasted towards one of the Divine Emperors. The Divine Emperor's face changed drastically. His weapon was an ordinary battle axe. He swung the axe at Yuan Fei. Yuan Fei's fist landed on the battle axe, causing it to vibrate violently. The Divine Emperor's body shook violently as he spat out a mouthful of blood and retreated. Let's go. The Dark Ape Fighting Tribe is too strong. The injured Saga roared. No, we must take the idol away. Blue Maple roared. He was extremely unwilling to retreat now. He was so close to breaking the 4 chains when the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe suddenly appeared. He was so angry that he wanted to vomit blood. Kill! Yuan Fei roared and charged towards another Divine Emperor. This was the Divine Emperor of the Lan family. He was very powerful. He slashed at Yuan Fei with his sword, but Yuan Fei smashed the Divine Emperor's sword with a punch. The Divine Emperor spat out a mouthful of blood and retreated. The Dark Ape Fighting Tribe is too strong. Master, let's go. The Divine Emperor of the Lan family shouted as he used his divine power to carry Blue Maple away. Damn it! Blue Maple roared in his heart. He was so furious that he wanted to go crazy. The primordial idol was almost in his hands, but it flew away just like that. Retreat! 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 The people that Blue Maple had brought with him all retreated and charged into the distance. Stop chasing! Yuan Fei stopped everyone. In fact, they had the strength to keep Blue Maple and the others here. However, they had their own concerns. They were afraid that killing Blue Maple and the others would attract more powerful cultivators, which would be detrimental to the Dark Ape Battle Tribe. In the blink of an eye, Blue Maple and the others all left, disappearing into the horizon. Lu Ming, on the other hand, came to the bottom of the statue and examined it carefully. Senior Yuan Fei, why is this statue chained? Is there some kind of terrifying existence sealed inside? Lu Ming asked. No, the chains are only used to stabilize the body. It's just a form of protection. There's nothing terrifying in this statue. Yuan Fei's body shrunk again, turning back into an old hell ape. Then can I take this statue away? Lu Ming's eyes lit up. If the battle ancestor wants to take it away, of course. Once we break the last chain, the battle ancestor can take it away. Yuan Fei said. After that, the Dark Ape Battle Tribe members began to attack the last chain. The last chain was already on the verge of breaking. It didn't take them much effort to break it. After the last chain was broken, there wasn't the slightest abnormality. Lu Ming was relieved. Then with a thought, the Jingyu painting in his mind flew out. He planned to put the statue into the Jingyu painting. The aura of the battle ancestor. Yuan Fei and the other Dark Ape Battle Tribe members were excited when they sensed the aura of Jingyu from the painting. They respected Lu Ming even more. Jingyu's death was extremely long for Lu Ming. It was measured in hundreds of millions of years. However, it wasn't too long for a divine king. It wasn't even a stellar year. A divine king could live for 5 stellar years at most. A divine lord could live even longer. Therefore, many high-tier divine kings and divine lords of the Dark Ape Battle Tribe had seen Jingyu before. Naturally, they could sense the aura of Jingyu from the painting. The Jingyu painting scroll flew out and expanded rapidly, enveloping the primordial deity statue. With a single sweep, the primordial deity statue was sucked into the scroll and disappeared. I'll keep it for future research, Lu Ming thought to himself. Then, Lu Ming, Yuan Fei, and the others left the Divine Statue Mountain and returned to the Dark Ape Battle Tribe's territory. In the following days, Lu Ming cultivated in peace and waited for the 18 levels of hell to open. Blue Maple and the others appeared at the entrance of the Ghost region. Damn the Dark Ape Battle Tribe. I'm going to destroy them. Let's go. Send a message to Father and ask him to send some elites. I'm going to destroy the Dark Ape Battle Tribe. Blue Maple shouted hysterically. His eyes were red and he was in a state of madness. Young master, you can't. A divine lord from the Lan family said. Why not? Blue Maple shouted. Young master, legend has it that the Dark Ape Battle Tribe is extremely powerful. Moreover, they are holed up in the Ghost region and have the advantage of terrain. It will be difficult to destroy them. Even our Lan family would have to mobilize a lot of forces to destroy the Dark Ape Battle Tribe. But if we do that, the strength of our Lan family will be severely depleted and we will be coveted by other forces. The Patriarch will definitely not agree to this. The Divine Lord from the Lan family said. Blue Maple calmed down after hearing that. He was right. The Lan family couldn't send a large number of elites to the Ghost region to destroy the Dark Ape Battle Tribe just because of a primordial statue. If Blue Maple really proposed that, The patriarch of the Lon family would think that he hadn't thought things through and looked down on him. One had to know that the competition in the Lon family was very fierce. Many people wanted to pull him down and replace him. However, I can't just give up on the primordial statue. I can only borrow more people from the 9 extinction Heavenly King to take a look at the primordial statue. I hope it's still there. Blue Maple sighed in his heart. He then left the ghost region to borrow more people from the 9 extinction Heavenly King. When he returned to the primordial statue mountain, he found that the primordial statue was gone. Damn the Dark Ape Battle Tribe! Blue Maple roared. He thought that the primordial statue had been taken away by the Dark Ape Battle Tribe. He didn't dare to attack the Dark Ape Battle Tribe and could only leave the ghost region obediently. The 9 extinction Heavenly King sent experts to reseal the entrance of the ghost region. After Lu Ming returned to the Dark Ape Battle Tribe, he suddenly thought of a problem that made Lu Ming anxious. If Blue Maple left the ghost region and the 9 extinction Heavenly King resealed the entrance, how would he get out? Would he have to stay in the ghost domain and accompany the Dark Ape Battle Tribe from now on? Lu Ming couldn't accept this. His family and friends were all outside. If they didn't see Lu Ming for a long time, they would be worried. Moreover, he still had to reverse the verdict for Jingyu. There were less than 180 years before the Great Void Imperial family's holy courtyard was opened. He couldn't miss it. Chapter 3171. Therefore, he hurriedly sought out the tribe leader of the Dark Ape Battle Tribe, Yuan Huan, and told him about his concerns. WW? Combat Ancestor, you don't have to worry. There's actually another exit in the ghost's domain. Those outside don't know about it. Yuan Huan smiled. There's another exit? Upon hearing that, Lu Ming heaved a sigh of relief at the same time. That's right. The Taishu dynasty thought that they had sealed the exit of the ghost's domain. They don't know that there's another exit. We can leave any time we want. Yuan Huan said. The main reason we didn't leave is because Combat Ancestor Jingyu has fallen. We have no one to protect us. We've been hiding in the ghost's domain all these years, waiting for Combat Ancestor Jingyu's successor to appear. Also, do you know why Yuan Song and the others want to kill you? Yuan Huan continued. Why? Lu Ming asked instinctively. He was also very curious about this. Yuan Song and the others obviously supported Lu Ming and respected him as the combat ancestor. However, Yuan Song and the others wanted to kill Lu Ming. Ever since combat ancestor Jingyu fell, the Dark Ape Battle Tribe has been hiding in the ghost's domain. After so many years, some people have changed their minds. Some people think that the Dark Ape Battle Tribe can't stay in the ghost's domain forever. They want to take the initiative to fight their way out and occupy a territory for themselves. These people are led by Yuan Song. Actually, they don't mean any harm. They just think that even someone as powerful as Jingyu has fallen, forcing the Dark Ape Battle Tribe to hide in the ghost's domain. As for you, you're even weaker. What can you do? They might as well kill you and have freedom from then on. Yuan Huan explained. Lu Ming nodded silently. It was normal for Yuan Song and the others to have such thoughts. However, as long as you can pass the 9th level of the 18 levels of hell and prove your talent and ability to lead the Dark Ape Battle Tribe to glory, Yuan Song and the others will listen to you. Yuan Huan said. Thank you, Patriarch. Lu Ming understands. Lu Ming cupped his fists and thanked Yuan Huan before leaving. Since there was another entrance to the ghost realm, there was no need for him to be in a hurry. He would stay here and subdue the Dark Ape Battle Tribe first. Time flew by. Before long, it was time for the 18 hells to open. Yuan Huan, Yuan Song, Lu Ming, and a large number of Nether Ape Battle Race experts gathered in a flat area. This place was the rear of the Dark Ape Battle Tribe's territory. Open the 18 levels of hell, Yuan Huan said. Immediately, the Dark Ape Battle Clan members stepped forward. Open. A total of 9 warriors of the Dark Ape Battle Clan shouted. Their bodies were covered with a dazzling black light. Then, they slammed their palms heavily on the ground. Rumble! The ground actually cracked open, and a pitch-black crack appeared. Dense ghost chi seeped out of the crack. Battle Progenitor, the 18 levels of hell have been opened. Every level of hell is filled with countless ghosts, and each level has a king. You can only pass if you kill the king of each level. Then, the entrance to the next level will appear. If you don't kill the king of each level of hell, the entrance to the next level won't appear. Yuan Huan explained. How much time do I have? Lu Ming asked. There is no time limit. As long as you can pass the 9 levels of hell, you can spend as much time as you want. Yuan Song said as he walked over. I can spend as much time as I want? Lu Ming was slightly taken aback. This was beyond his expectations. He thought that there would be a time limit. Because there is no fixed time limit for each level of hell. It is normal for some to spend thousands of years to pass one level. It is normal for people to spend tens of thousands of years to pass all 9 levels of hell. Therefore, there is no time limit. No matter how long you spend, your ultimate goal is to pass the 9 levels of hell. However, no matter how long it takes, we will wait. Yuan Song said with a cold expression. Tens of thousands of years? Lu Ming muttered. It seemed like it would not be easy to pass the 9 levels of hell. Moreover, he did not have that much time to waste here. He had to pass the 9 levels of hell within 180 years. He still had to participate in the Great Void Imperial Academy's examination. Battle Ancestor, take this jade talisman. At this moment, Yuan Huan took out a jade talisman and handed it to Lu Ming. This is... Lu Ming took it and was a little surprised. The 18 levels of hell are very special. The lower you go, the stronger you will be. If you encounter any danger and you are no match for them, you can crush this jade talisman and it will send you out. At the same time, you can inject a strand of your aura into the jade talisman. We will know if you are alive or dead. Yuan Huan said. Lu Ming understood. This jade talisman could save his life at a critical moment. At the same time, it could also detect whether he was alive or dead. If he died in there, Yuan Huan, Yuan Song, and the others would not have to wait. Otherwise, if Lu Ming died in there, wouldn't they have to wait here for nothing? Lu Ming took the jade talisman and injected a strand of his aura into it. Battle Ancestor, remember, you can only pass if you kill the king of each level. Yuan Huan reminded again. Lu Ming nodded. He then took a step forward and dashed into the fissure. Hoo. As soon as he rushed into the crack, the ghostly aura was like a gale blowing against Lu Ming's face. Lu Ming covered his body with a layer of divine power and quickly flew down. Not long after, Lu Ming seemed to have passed through a thin film and arrived in a huge underground world. When Lu Ming arrived in this world, the crack on the outside closed up and disappeared. On the ground, a stone tower appeared. This stone tower was only as tall as a person and had a total of 18 levels. At this moment, the top level was shining brightly. This stone tower represented the 18 levels of hell. Whichever level one was on, that level would light up. They had seen it from the outside and roughly knew the situation. Yuan Huan and the others sat cross-legged in the air and waited quietly. They had lived for countless years. Waiting for tens of thousands of years was as simple as eating and drinking to them. They had plenty of patience. Is this the first level of the 18 levels of hell? Lu Ming stood in the air and looked around. Between heaven and earth, everything was gray and boundless. It gave off a depressing feeling and lacked vitality. Every level has a ghost king. Where is the ghost king? Looks like I have to find it myself. Lu Ming pondered, then randomly chose a direction and rushed forward. He did not have enough time. He only had 180 years at most. He could not afford to waste any time. Hoo. Lu Ming had not flown far when there were gusts of sinister wind blowing between heaven and earth. Following that, there were shrill screams. Give me your life. A scream was heard. Then, a black shadow pounced at Lu Ming with shocking speed. Chapter 3172. A black shadow pounced on Lu Ming at an astonishing speed. Ana? Calm, however, Lu Ming was prepared for it. He dodged the black shadow's attack in a flash and quickly retreated a distance. He then looked at the black shadow and saw its appearance. It was a ferocious-looking ghost. Its eyes were wide open as it stared at Lu Ming. Its mouth was wide open with greed. Eat. I want to eat. Give me your life. The ghost screamed and pounced on Lu Ming. This is the hungry ghost? Lu Ming's heart skipped a beat. During his time in the Nether Ape Battle Tribe, he had done some homework and had some understanding of the ghosts in the ghastly region. The ghost in front of him was the legendary Hungry Ghost. This hungry ghost was only an 8th level heavenly god. It was not worth mentioning to Lu Ming. Lu Ming threw a punch. His fist energy penetrated and killed the hungry ghost, turning it into dust. Kill! 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 Give me your life! Just as Lu Ming killed the hungry ghoul, there were sounds of killing coming from all directions. There were at least dozens of hungry ghouls pouncing on Lu Ming. Divine Sun Force. Lu Ming controlled the Divine Sun Force and a layer of flames appeared on the surface of his body. His entire body shone like the sun, shining brightly. These ghosts were most afraid of the extreme Yang Force, such as Saint Force, Flame Force, and Lightning Force. These ghosts were the nemesis of these ghosts. The dozens of hungry ghosts were enveloped by the light on Lu Ming's body. They melted quickly like ice cubes meeting fire. In the blink of an eye, all of them were turned into black smoke and dissipated. After killing these ghosts, Lu Ming's figure flashed and he left this place to look for the hungry ghost king on the first level of hell. However, after a few hours, Lu Ming searched a large area and killed a large number of hungry ghosts. He still could not find the hungry ghost king. The main reason was that the first layer of hell was too big. It was like a small world. It was easier said than done to find a ghost king. Lu Ming patiently continued his search. 2 days later, Lu Ming arrived in front of a valley. In the valley, ghostly chi soared into the sky, far denser than in other places. Such a dense ghost chi. Is the ghost king of this level here? Lu Ming's eyes lit up. Then, he rushed straight into the valley. When Lu Ming rushed into the valley, it was as if he had rushed into a hornet's nest. Countless hungry ghosts screamed and rushed towards Lu Ming. They were so densely packed that it was impossible to count how many there were. Sun God Power. Lu Ming circulated his Sun God Power to the extreme, and his entire body turned into a sun. Light shone in all directions, and all the hungry ghosts that were shone on by the sun turned into black smoke. Although there were many hungry ghouls, most of them were 8th level celestial gods or below. They posed no threat to Lu Ming. Lu Ming easily rushed into the depths of the valley. Then, Lu Ming saw an especially huge hungry ghost rushing towards Lu Ming. Heaven God Layer 9. Lu Ming sensed that this huge hungry ghost had the cultivation of a Heaven God Layer 9. However, it was only equivalent to the most ordinary Heaven God Layer 9. Lu Ming punched out, and a 9-clawed dragon appeared. This 9-clawed dragon was condensed with the Sun God power as the core. When this 9-clawed dragon pounced on the huge hungry ghost, it was easily torn apart by the 9-clawed dragon. It also turned into black smoke and dissipated. When this huge hungry ghost was killed, the other hungry ghosts screamed and stopped attacking Lu Ming. Instead, they fled backwards. In the blink of an eye, there was not a single one left. At this time, in front of Lu Ming, the space rippled, and a pitch-black vortex appeared. This is the entrance to the next layer of hell. It seems like that huge hungry ghost is the ghost king of this layer. Lu Ming smiled faintly. As long as he killed the ghost king of this layer, the entrance to the next layer of hell would automatically appear. Lu Ming took a step forward and stepped into the vortex. In the next moment, Lu Ming appeared in another layer of hell. Outside, Yuan Huan, Yuan Song, and the rest were watching. At this moment, the second floor of the stone pagoda that was as tall as a man suddenly lit up and started to shine. The second layer. Someone whispered. No one's expression changed. The first layer of the 18 layers of hell was very simple. The Ghost King's cultivation was only at the Heaven God Layer 9. Killing it was easy. They weren't surprised at all. If Lu Ming couldn't even pass the first layer, they would be surprised. The second layer of hell. When Lu Ming appeared here, he was quickly surrounded. This time, it wasn't the hungry ghost that attacked him, but another kind of ghost, the big head ghost. This kind of ghost had a big head and was incomparably hard. However, their cultivation level was not high. In fact, it was not much different from the first level. Lu Ming easily killed a large number of big head ghosts and then looked for the king of big head ghosts in this hell. This time, Lu Ming's luck wasn't very good. It took him more than 10 days to find the big head ghost king and kill it. Lu Ming discovered that the big head ghost king's cultivation was also at the Heaven God Layer 9. However, it was slightly stronger than the hungry ghost king. The hungry ghost king's strength was roughly at the Heaven God Layer 9, while the big head ghost king was a Heaven God Layer 9 that controlled divine grade god force. After killing the big head ghost king, the entrance to hell appeared and Lu Ming entered the third layer. The ghosts on the third layer were different from the first two layers. They were slightly stronger. Moreover, Lu Ming discovered a problem. The deeper he went, the larger the area of hell would be. Naturally, it would be more difficult to find the Ghost King. Moreover, there were ghosts everywhere. While Lu Ming was searching for the Ghost King, he also had to fight non-stop. This time, Lu Ming spent even more time. It took him a full month and a half to find the Ghost King of the third layer of hell and kill it. At the same time, Lu Ming discovered that the Ghost King of the third layer was also at the Heaven God Layer 9. However, compared to the Ghost King of the second layer, it was a bit stronger. It was equivalent to a Heaven God Layer 9 that had awakened the Origin Divine Power Factor. After spending more than 2 months, he passed the third layer. Lu Ming entered the fourth layer. The moment he entered the fourth layer, Lu Ming felt a little different. The cold wind whistled, and the atmosphere became more oppressive. Bang! Suddenly, the ground exploded. A skeleton rushed out, holding a rusty saber, and attacked Lu Ming. A long spear appeared in Lu Ming's hand, and he shattered the skeleton with a spear. However, the ground cracked open continuously. Skeletons rushed out continuously, charging at Lu Ming. The long spear shook, and hundreds of spear lights burst out in an instant. The hundreds of skeletons were instantly destroyed. Lu Ming executed the 9 Heavens Rock technique, and in a flash, he left far away. The fourth layer of hell was a sea of skeletons. The number was shocking. Lu Ming could not be bothered to tangle with these skeletons. He executed the 9 Heavens Rock technique with all his might. Like a rock soaring in the 9 heavens, he searched for the skeleton king of this layer. However, the area of the fourth layer of hell was much larger than the third layer. Moreover, the skeleton king was hidden underground. It was even more difficult to find. Lu Ming spent a full 3 months before he found the skeleton king. Chapter 3173. The skeleton king of the fourth layer was even stronger than the previous ones. He had reached the half-step divine king realm and was equivalent to a half-step divine king who had grasped the divine grade divine force. WW? 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 However, he was still easily killed by Lu Ming. Then, he entered the fifth layer. The Ghost King of the fifth layer was also a half-step divine king, but it was equivalent to a half-step divine king who had awakened the Origin Divine Force Factor. Although the Ghost King of the sixth layer was also a half-step divine king, it was equivalent to a half-step divine king who had awakened the Origin Divine Force Factor twice. Lu Ming used a total of 2 years to pass the first 6 layers. The top 7 layers of the stone pagoda outside shone brightly. This meant that Lu Ming had passed the 6th layer and was now on the 7th layer. Not bad to be able to pass the 6th layer. Someone nodded and praised. Lu Ming was only an 8th layer heavenly god, but the Ghost King of the 6th layer was a half-step divine king who had awakened the Origin Divine Force Factor twice. Lu Ming being able to pass the 6th layer meant that Lu Ming had killed the Ghost King of the 6th layer. With his 8th layer heavenly god cultivation, he was able to jump several levels and kill the Ghost King who had awakened the Origin Divine Force Factor twice. The difference between the 6th layer and the 9th layer is like heaven and earth. Passing the 6th layer can only mean that you are talented. Only by passing the 9th layer can you be considered a peerless genius who is worthy of the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe's allegiance. Yuan Tsong said. The other Dark Apes kept quiet and continued to wait. When Lu Ming arrived at the 7th level of the 18 levels of hell, he discovered that the ghosts on this level were more powerful on average. Countless ghosts were densely packed and they charged toward Lu Ming. There were too many of them. If it were anyone else, they would have to spend a lot of energy just to deal with these ghosts. They would not have the energy to search for the Ghost King. It was no wonder that some people had to spend thousands or even tens of thousands of years to pass the first layer. Those who were not strong enough would have a hard time dealing with these ghosts while searching for the Ghost King. It was normal for them to spend more time. But to Lu Ming, these ghosts were nothing. Lu Ming unleashed his full strength, killing a large number of ghosts. Lu Ming easily broke out of the encirclement. Although a large number of ghosts tried to stop Lu Ming along the way, Lu Ming easily broke through them all. Lu Ming fought these ghosts while searching for the King of Ghosts. Finally, after half a year, Lu Ming found the gathering place of the King of Ghosts. It was a huge cave. Lu Ming charged forward, all the way to the depths of the cave. In the depths of the cave, the temperature plummeted. The temperature was so low that even Lu Ming shivered. These are building blocks. Lu Ming swept his gaze and discovered a small tree with the thickness of an arm in the cave. However, the terrifyingly low temperature was emitted from this small tree. Ha ha ha, kid, you're rich. Building blocks are a kind of extreme treasure. Like extreme cold treasures, they can also fuse with the energy of the stellar core and speed up my refining of the stellar core. In his sea of consciousness, the quantifying character formula laughed. Lu Ming's eyes lit up. He did not expect that there would be such a treasure in the 18 levels of hell. Obviously, this was something that the 18 levels of hell had nurtured over countless years. It was not very useful to ordinary nether apes, but it was very useful to Lu Ming. Then I can only take it. Lu Ming smiled. Roar. At this moment, a loud roar was heard. A terrifying ghost charged toward Lu Ming. The vast pressure of a divine king filled the air. As expected, the ghost king of the 7th level is equivalent to a divine king. It's a divine king with divine-grade divine power. Lu Ming's eyes flickered. This was not beyond his expectations. With each level, the ghost king's strength would increase by a notch. A first-layer god king with divine-grade divine power. If it was any other 8th-layer heavenly god, it would be impossible for them to pass. However, it was nothing to Lu Ming. Lu Ming activated the battle character formula to increase his combat strength by 4 times and stabbed out with his spear. The third move of the Armageddon 3 strikes. Supernova. Destructive energy surged toward the Ghost King and enveloped it completely. After a few breaths, the Ghost King disappeared completely. With the Ghost King dead, the other ghosts fled without a trace. Then, the gate to the next level of hell appeared. However, Lu Ming was not in a hurry to enter the gate. After all, if he did not enter, the gate would not disappear. Lu Ming walked toward the building block, took out a saber, and cut the building block. Lu Ming did not uproot it. He left the root so that it would continue to grow in the future. Old Liang, I'll leave it to you. Lu Ming said. Leave it to me. The measure character formula flew out. A ray of light enveloped the building block and swallowed it. Kid, if you can get more of these extreme treasures, my refining speed will increase greatly. At that time, your cultivation speed will also increase greatly. The measure character formula said. Lu Ming's eyes were burning with passion. This was only the 7th level of hell. Lu Ming found that the further down he went, the denser the ghost chi and chi would be. It was very likely that extreme treasures would be born. If the 7th level had such treasures, then what about the 8th level, the 9th level, or even the 10th level? If he could find more extreme treasures, Lu Ming's cultivation speed would definitely increase greatly. Let's go to the 8th level. Lu Ming took a step forward and entered the whirlpool. He arrived at the 8th level. After a period of searching and killing, Lu Ming finally found the Ghost King of the 8th level. The Ghost King of the 8th level was also in the first layer of the King God realm. However, it was equivalent to a first layer of the King God realm who had awakened the origin divine force factor. In the Ghost King's residence, Lu Ming found a building block. Moreover, the chi from it was much denser than the one from before. After Lu Ming killed the ghost, he cut down the building block and let the measure character formula devour it. There really is a building block. Let's go to the 9th level. Lu Ming's eyes were burning with passion. Previously, he wanted to complete the Dark Ape Fighting Tribes assessment. However, he now had another goal. That was to find building blocks and extreme treasures to refine the energy of the stellar core. After arriving at the 9th level, Lu Ming continued to search for the Ghost King. On the outside, many Dark Ape Fighting Tribe members were shocked. He passed the 8th level. He actually passed the 8th level. He's only in the 8th level of the Heavenly God realm, but he passed the 8th level. Terrifying. His talent is really terrifying. Some of the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe members exclaimed. On the 8th level, not to mention the other ghosts, even the Ghost King was in the first level of the King God realm. Such strength was already earth-shattering. A peerless genius. The patriarch of the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe, Yuan Huan, muttered. His face was filled with joy. On the other hand, the great elder of the Dark Ape Fighting Tribe remained expressionless. No one could tell what he was thinking. However, the Ghost King on the 9th level is equivalent to a first level of the King God realm who has awakened his divine power factor twice. Can he pass it? Someone asked. You're tuning in to the Xueqi's Martial Arts Saga YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.